Hello and welcome back to live softball action, fully loaded softball. We're in week 3 here at Softball SA HQ, West Beach in South Australia. James Harris here, and joining me to my left is Mark Cramp. Welcome, Mark.
James, everybody, welcome. What an exciting night we've got tonight. Round 3, everyone's won the same amount of games. It's very, very close to competition. We're excited. The weather's a little bit better. You've got some short sleeves on today. We've got bushfires happening. Hello, big shout out to the South Australian bushfire men and women that are doing the work for us.
Yeah, they're doing a great job battling a few fires. A bit better weather today for it. I think yesterday was a scorcher. But let's get to the softball action. You mentioned, Mark, that each team have won the same amount of games. Played 4, won 2, lost 2. The difference is the points. Have a look at this vision that we've got tonight, Mark. We're going to have a camera on screen. I haven't even mentioned it to the on diamond. I haven't even mentioned it to the umpires yet. We're going to have a cameraman on the diamond. It's going to be fantastic live softball action. They'll be in foul territory, so there's no danger of them getting hurt. I was meant to speak to State Umpire Chief Steve Wallace-Yarrow about that prior to the game, but I haven't had the opportunity to see him yet. So it'll be a surprise for the umpires.
Umpire Michael Bendel's just giving the hair check just to make sure, just in case he gets caught on camera. But he's doing all right. That was my phone. Apologies there to everybody playing at home.
Let's get the vision on screen. We can speak to. There we go. He runs off now. He was mouthing at me as he was walking away. That is Hall of Fame umpire Neville Lawrence.
He has a commanding appearance about him, doesn't he? He just says, "Give me the camera."
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Hey, we were just sidetracked for a little bit there. For those watching at home for the first time, we're live and interactive on Facebook as well. So if you like, comment and share on this broadcast, we'll give you a shout out in between innings if we get the time. New concept of softball, 3 innings, fast, furious action. It's non-stop, a very short break between each inning, 15 seconds per pitch. So the pitcher's got 15 seconds to deliver each pitch. Loaded bases at every inning as well, so the action starts from the very first pitch. Mark, anything else that I forgot about that?
You have forgotten that it's a very exciting form of the game. The first week we couldn't chase our tail. The second week we sort of blended in. We had about 45 commentators. We're back to 2 tonight with a couple of special guests.
Special guests coming tonight. Only the big names. Stay tuned for a massive name in not only softball, but another sport as well. Is it giving it away if I mention AFLW, Premiership player? Let's get to the action. Nairne Angels versus the Scoots Vespers. Scoots Cafe West Beach. Great supporters of fully loaded softball. And I got an announcement for them.
1:09 to start off the game. And Michael Bendel must have missed it.
That's heavy pace to start the game. I was just mentioning I've got a good announcement coming up for the fans of the coffee shop, the Scoots Cafe West Beach. They may very well be our special guest next week on the show, franchise owner. All right, lineups. Maddie Cameron's leading off for the Vespers, and she watches that one on the outside edge for a called strike. So she's seen 3 pitches. So a bit of a slower start than what we've been used to over the last couple of weeks. Who can forget Bell White's home run to start off the competition?
Oh, look, you got a very experienced batter on deck in Maddie Cameron. She'll want to see a few before she goes after it. She took that 109. Watch the second one drop in. She'll have a hack now and go after it. But yes, the first couple of weeks took us by surprise. I think we're a little bit settled in now as Jessie. 105, tries for that corner.
Yeah, Cameron's just settling in here. She may even be at 2 balls, 2 strikes. I was going to say full count. Runners on base, Jordan Lee, Erin Stone and Peyton Daniels for the Vespers. 2-2 pitch and Cameron smashes this one. It's going to go to the fence. A ground rule double, so the runner from second and third will score. So Cameron with a stand-up ground rule double to get things off and running tonight. Have a look at that camera shot on field. Thanks to Spacequake Sports, 2-run score.
Well, that's the experience from Maddie Cameron. Jessie Dresnick's thrown 100. Well, that was a 105 pitch, and she just took it and said, "I'll push that straight out for a stand-up double." The Vespers are the team that have been troubling the Angels, taking them on a head-to-head. Out of 2 games, the Vespers have taken the chocolates on both occasions. So this will be a cracking match, and the Angels would not like this start.
Amber Hood is the hitter for the Vespers. She was in fine form last week. She hit 2 home runs, and she hits a 2-run shot here tonight. So she's picked up where she's left off from last week. A 2-run single to Amber Hood. Let's have a look at the statewide Super replay. Good piece of the ball. It goes to the opposite field, keeping the ball behind the runners, and Vespers off to a fast start again tonight.
Yeah, very good. She did very well to get that out to the right field. As you see, she was crammed in there a little bit, but her hands came around and sort of got her hands on the inside and it pushed it out. So it was a good hit.
Jessie Jurassic will be having nightmares about Amber Hood as she hit that walk-off home run to win the game last week. To second base, Sophie Hoyle makes a heavy tag on Amber Hood there. No love lost between those two as the first out is recorded.
Yeah, well, that was probably the smart play. I don't know if they had enough time there to get Hood, going to second, and Jordan Lambert was there to cover. As we watch the replay, he
Sophie
dribbles
Hoyle
in.
makes a good play on the backhand side.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have got her if they tried to roll the double. They got the lead out, and that's what they needed. The Angels behind 4-0 first innings.
Well, you just mentioned it, that the Vespers have got the Angels' number. And just as the Angels have got the Thunder's number, as the Thunder have got the Vespers' number at the moment. So we're looking for a bit of a break or a change in the way that the momentum's been going so far. Georgia Hooper,
great shot.
under 16 state representative, hits to opposite field. Good play from Peppa Adkins, aware that Maddie Cameron, who's courtesy runner for the catcher, took off for third, not breaking stride at second base. Let's watch the statewide Super replay. Great shot, Georgia Hooper to right field for the Angels. That is Zoe Young playing right field. Hayley Benithan was out on the fielder's choice, is the catcher. Courtesy runners in for Hayley Benithan. Fielder's choice was Amber Hood, was the out going to second. So it's Maddie Cameron stands on third on behalf of Hayley Benithan. Jessie Keach is the batter. Chelsea Robinson was setting up slightly inside there, but that was just tailed away just a little bit. 1 out. Runners on the corners.
This is such a different format of the game where Jessie Drezic just doesn't have that 5 minutes to settle down. As Jordan Lambert picks that up and goes for the stretch. Unlucky there by Peppa Adkins. A nice stretch. Jordan Lambert was there quick enough to roll it, but just let it go a little bit too late. I think it just landed a bit too early.
Hall of Fame umpire here, Neville Lawrence. Let's watch the statewide Super replay. The obstruction was called as the runner broke off her line and stood in the way of the shortstop trying to make the out. This is a great angle. Georgia Hooper needed to go straight to the base. She went in the same line as the runner. So double play was called and the Angels get out of trouble here. Well, thank you so much for joining us at home. Haven't even had time to get the social media up and running. So let's give a quick thanks to all our franchise owners, MFSA, Nairne Angels, the Scoots Cafe West Beach Vespers, and of course the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder. Coach Andy Collett for the Vespers, just clarifying with umpire Neville Lawrence the ruling on that occasion, and effectively you'd give the double play to Lambert.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got it. He got it correct. But in the play and in the heat of the moment, you didn't see it. It just looked like she picked it up and sort of threw it in, hesitation. But when you look at it from that fantastic camera angle that we had, she deviated off the line and took out the player. So took out Jordan Lambert. So correct call by the rule of the book, isn't it?
That's it. All right. Angels now on base. We had a great view of number 12 there, Amelia Dolphin, who subbed in this game, also from the state under 16 team. We'll go around the bases. Regan Lambert, the birthday girl, on second base, and Jenny Gray on third. Sophie Hoyle's going to lead things off for the Angels. You don't normally see Sophie Hoyle leading off. She's normally in the 3-4 spot, the slugger. Has a big cut at that one. Jordan Lee's pitching, making a fully loaded softball debut tonight for the Vespers.
Well, Sophie Hoyle made her debut for the Angels last week. didn't have the best time with the bat. I think she got K'd and then a hit or a fielder's choice or something. But she's looking to go now and to make her mark on this competition. The West Torrens slogger.
Vespers put 4 on the board, and Hoyle looking to tie things up with one swing of the bat. Jordan Lee pitching. Hayley Benithan is catching for the Vespers. Might try and get around the diamond when we can. Hoyle doesn't like that inside pitch. Georgia Hooper at first base. Jessie Keach at second. Amber Hood's at short. Cara Schultz at third. And the outfield, Peyton Daniels, Maddie Cameron and Erin Stone. So Jordan Lee, making her fully loaded softball debut, is part of the State Under-23s team and formerly State Under-19 representative. Geez, just thrown straight into the fire as a picture of this format of the game. No, no, just easing into it here. It is straight out of the frying pan and into the fire. Did I say that the right way? Heads up here to the scorers there.
By the way, it's hot. Wherever you're coming from. And she's doing a good job.
Just that foul ball. Thanks,
Well, I mean, throws it at the microphone.
Just off the microphone there. We'll make sure that David checks his equipment. Reckons it'll be fine. Gets the thumbs up. Jordan Lee to Sophie Hoyle. Low for a ball. And a walk will bring in a run. So not a bad turn at bat for Sophie Hoyle. And maybe even not a bad result for the Vespers in that Sophie Hoyle can absolutely smash it. Now, speaking of someone who's smashing it, last week, one of our performers of the night was Mackenzie Wynn. She hit a ground rule double in game 1. She hit a grand slam home run in game 2. It was in a losing effort, actually, that grand slam. So she put the Angels in front with that shot, only to be outdone by Amber Hood from the Vespers. So Mackenzie Wynn.
But the good thing about that, James, is that they get that extra point, or it comes down to points. You don't want to lose by too much. So every run counts, doesn't it? When you're looking at this fully loaded point system and the runs for and the runs against and how they work. So Grand Slam, whether you're in a winning or a losing side, it still helps.
Yep, sure does. We'll go through the ladder in a moment. Might even save it for between games, because we found last week, just with this sun that's setting, it does create that slightly longer delay. So we will get to that. We'll reference it, but we'll look at it in depth in between games. That's the pitch to get after, right on the outside edge, with runners in scoring position. Mackenzie Wayne's seen a few pitches now. Be looking to put the ball in play. Great shot to the backhand side of Jessie Keach. She's in great form as Amelia Dolphin takes on the arm of Traveller Aussie Spirit centre fielder Maddie Cameron, who didn't even come up with a throw. No, Dolphin was so quick.
Look, in Maddie Cameron's defence, she was already rounding third. I thought the exact same thing if you watch a statewide super replay here. By the time Maddie actually runs in, the ball comes a little hop there as it changes from the dirt to the grass, and she was already on her way well home. It was probably one of those smart plays that we were talking about this last week. Do you throw it and have a crack and make an error and get another run, or do you just let it go?
Well, I'm going to give 2 RBI. Single there to Mackenzie Weiner, was hit so hard. Jordan Lambert hits 3 for the Angels. Number 7 fields at shortstop. Just tries to pull this one. It goes straight to Cara Schultz and gets it across to first for the out. So maybe just a little eager to get onto that one as it came down a little slower than perhaps what she was expecting. Probably about 91 Ks at the moment for Jordan Lee.
Yeah, Jordan Lambert won't be happy with that. Normally a little bit more patient and can pick him out. But I think this form of the game, it just gets you going from day one or for the first pitch, and you've got to go after it.
Well, she did advance Mackenzie Ween over to second base, and the Angels, who have already tied up the game, just their first out. Jordan Lee. This one gets away from Benithan, and a pass ball's going to score. Zoe Young's the batter up to bat. Sophie Hoyle's the runner that scores on the pass ball. 5-4. Just working out the score sheets here.
Well, I got 4 all. The Angels have only scored the 4, haven't they?
4, correct. Correct. It is 4 all. Thank you, Mark.
I was right. Mark that down. What was that, 1 minute and 10?
Pick-off attempt. Umpire Paul Brooking at third. Dave Borovnik, the great Dave Borovnik at second base. Neville Lawrence on first with Mike Bendell as the plate umpire.
We won a premiership with Dave Broderick from the Elg Rebels.
Dave Borovnik was a great player when he did play men's softball, so he will have a look at that footage there from the on-field camera. We saw the thunder warming up in the background. Great vision of the batter. Great turn at bat, Zoe Young. She will advance to first on a free pass to first. And Peppa Adkins is now the new hitter. Interesting to see the structure of the batting order now, isn't it? We saw Lambert leading off for the Angels. Now it's Hoyle leading off.
Yep. Well, and I'm just looking at it next. Exactly. As soon as you said it, I looked straight after Peppa Adkins. You've got Chelsea Robinson. As Peppa Adkins goes after that, and Maddie Cameron's sitting under that nicely to fire that back to first base. And there we go. Then along the error and the run scores. So Mackenzie Ween comes home for the Angels.
Yeah, great base running from Mackenzie Ween as she was able to score on the double play attempt back to first base because Zoe Young had taken off on the pitch. So it may have been a hit and run. Maddie Cameron, her eyes lit up, tried for the double back to first, but just a little offline took Georgia Hooper off the base.
Well, I think the sun's in her eyes. Out there, she's got the glove up, and Dave Broderick, we were just talking about him, almost got the rocket from Maddie Cameron. So that would have been a bit of a surprise for him.
So Angels do take the lead now, 5-4. Check swing, but she broke there. So a strike is called. Let's go back to my score sheet. It was Mackenzie Ween that scored on that fly ball to centre field. Chelsea Robinson will be looking to bring this one back into the strike. So pick off attempt from catcher Hayley Benithan.
Chelsea Robinson just needs to settle now. And then we'll get Jenny Gray up. But she's got a runner at first there. She gets a roll out here.
Takes off on the pitch.
She went well, didn't she?
Well, runner has left the base early for the third out. So interesting third outs from both top and bottom of the first inning as the runner ran herself out. So the third out was made. Chelsea Robinson didn't finish her turn about, so she will lead things off in the bottom of the second inning. 1 minute break between innings. We'll return with Cara Schultz to lead off for the Vespers. Now, Mark, we mentioned the ladder. Now, the ladder, each team has the same amount of points. Wins, but wins don't matter as much. No, the wins matter. It's the runs that you win by that count as well.
Yep.
So you can get bonus, but you get 1 point if you lose by less than 3 runs. So it's important to make sure that the runs are level, or lose by as little as possible, if that makes sense. If you don't win, you want to lose by as little as possible, because if you win by more than 3, you can get 4 points, and if you win by more than 5 runs, I think you get, or 7 runs, you get 5 points, and so on and so on. So it's a game of numbers. You're laughing like I didn't know what I was talking about there, Mark.
No, I'm laughing because I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so Thunder have 11 points. They're not playing this game. Angels on 8 points and Vespers on 6. This one gets away from Chelsea Robinson, and Hayley Benithan scores from third. Isn't that interesting? With no warm-up pitches in this format of the game, the amount of pass balls on the first pitch.
Well, has there been many? Because I can only remember a few that runs have scored, or... well, I can't remember. Has there been many? I mean, you're telling me there have. I mean, the game takes off so fast. I've got my head down and I'm colouring in my book.
Just go back 2 weeks ago to round 1. Belinda White's first pitch was a pass ball that got away from the catcher and a run scored. Cara Schultz gets a single up the middle. She'll be happy with a piece of the ball. Takes on the centre field throw. It went to the cut of Peppa Adkins. Unfortunately, she was wrong footed and turned the wrong way, and Jordan Lee was able to score. Jessie Keach was able to score from second base. I said unfortunate, but obviously we mean that it was a good aggressive running there from the Vespers. We saw Pippa just turn the opposite way there. If she'd turned the other way though, it would have been, she would have turned blind. So like it's the lesser of two evils, I guess, but that took her.
Well, did she need to cut it? Because the throw from Regan Lambert was on the money, I reckon. It may have got a couple of hops and it would have been there. So it's catch-22.
Yeah.
You go for it. You don't get it. But that brings up 7-5 for the Vespers, so that's a very good start to the second dig.
Yeah, well, effectively, Cara Schultz has brought in 3 runs. This
is over.
It's a 2-run home run, a great shot to Jordan Lee in her first at-bat of Fully Loaded. Camera right up in the action here. Let's look at the celebration as Jordan Lee crosses the plate. Oh, where was the celebration? We'll have to check with the Vespers after the game what happened with their celebration. Jordan Lee's first turn at bat, Fully Loaded softball, a 2-run home run off of Jessie Dressick. Great action right here. Erin Stone, the new hitter for the Vespers, and the Vespers now with a comfortable lead.
Well, Jordan Lee will be thinking this game's not too bad. It's, you know, first at bat, pop it over. My team's up 9-5. Wow-wee. And it's Erin Stone just sort of pushed the bat out there and it almost got herself a single just by the pace of Jessie throwing it down.
Well, I've just caught up. 5 runs have scored in 2 batters. So it's 9-5 in favour of the Vespers. Foul ball from Stone. So she's shown aggressive intent here in the top of the second, and geez, isn't this game a great equaliser? It doesn't matter how good you are as a pitcher, because Jessie Dressick is as good as they come. She is really under fire, isn't she?
Look, to be honest with you, they've really gone after Jessie in this format of the game. I watch her on Wednesdays or I watch her on Saturdays, and she commands and sort of takes charge of the game. She hasn't had a chance to do that here. They just go after her, and it's a totally different format, and it seems to be working for us. That one goes out to second base.
Great play on the backhand side from Sophie Hoyle. She had to go right up the middle there. Erin Stone was every chance to get safe on base. Let's check out the statewide super replay because she nearly just got herself a shot here. Pace of the young girl and only just out.
Sophie did a great job to lean over a backhand and pick that up and throw it off balance. So
sharp play from Sophie.
Yeah.
Peyton Daniels now for the Vespers is hitting in the 9 spot. 1 out here. 5 runs have scored this inning.
So here we go again. I just said it like they're going after her, comfortably going after her. Maybe some off pace or something. This 105, 109, they seem to be. Well, there was a 102 sort of curve. Michael Bendell didn't like it.
No, it's only got to be 1 foot off the plate for Mike, and that one was just a little bit off. Great change of pace. Jessie Dressick has that change up in the arsenal. You don't see it that often because, you know, all she needs is that hard ball that can hit the outside or the inside edge, and she's just showing off a little bit now with that 87 kilometre an hour change up.
100%. I was 1 pitch off. Maddie Cameron says, I'll take that 91 kilometre an hour and I'll go straight after it.
Was that another change up? Back-to-back change ups for Dressick. So, yeah, Cameron's the lead-off for the Vespers, the team captain and marquee player. She hit that ground rule double in the very first turn at bat of the game.
Good comeback pitch there. So 2 strikes on her. Maddie will be looking at this very closely.
That one doesn't catch the outside edge.
And this catcher, Chelsea Robinson, knows Maddie Cameron very, very well, doesn't she, James? So they'll be playing a bit of cat and mouse in that box there.
Check swing, fouls it off and keeps herself alive and in the count.
Oh, she takes that one on the right elbow, the back elbow, and Jessie comes over and apologises. Nothing in that.
Just to make sure she's okay. These two are very good friends off the field, and you can see the concern straight away from Jessie Dresick. She's an absolutely unbelievable young woman, and that definitely would never have been intentional. Amber Hood now has been on fire. I think the only player that may have outperformed Amber Hood so far is Belinda White in this competition. But Amber's definitely on her way. I mean, this is only her second week, and so that might be why she's behind the champ in Belinda White, because Hood's got a couple of dingers already in the competition, as well as the 2-run shot at the top of this game.
She looks good in the box too. Look at her. She's confident. I saw her in the circle just then. Yeah, she's a batter, isn't she?
Yeah, her confidence to be up from last night as well. They had a win against the Seacombe Tigers last night in the Adelaide Club competition. Reaches for this one, and just out of the reach of second base, Sophie Hoyle. We might have to have a look at that one in a moment. Perhaps she just let it go at the last second. We won't say that she's playing favourites at all, as Amber Hood gets another shot in this competition. She is just lighting it up. Hayley Benithan is our catcher. That's the slight delay, just out of reach. It may have even clipped the glove. Well, Hoyle's actually saved that from being a ground rule double, if you ask me, if that did clip the glove. Runners at the corner. Maddie Cameron on third. Amber Hood is on first. Hayley Benithan is the hitter. Big swing and a miss.
89. There's that
Hayley
change.
Benithan.
There's that change up again.
I love it. Like, the change-up is such a weapon in this format of the game, because everyone's just so high-paced and just trying to get after it.
Here it is again. 91, 2 in a row, back to back.
Amber
Hood makes her way over.
Is allowed to steal. Fouls that one off and stays in the count, remains in the count. Swing and a miss will end the top of the second inning, and although the Vespers had a fast start to both innings, the Angels have been able to gather their composure, really slow down the impressive offense of the Scoots Cafe Vespers, and they hold them without having increasing the score after the first 2 batters, where they put 5 on. So they now lead 9 runs to 5. The Angels did score 5 in the first inning, so they've got an opportunity to come back into this game with one swing of the bat.
Well, have a look who's on base. You've got Jordan Lambert standing at third, Zoe Young at second, Pippa Adkins at first, and you've got Chelsea Robinson on deck. Now's the time, isn't it? You've got some very, very quick runners out there for the Nairne Angels, or the MFSA Angels, and you got a very, very good batter in Chelsea Robinson.
We'll probably have just a slightly longer than delay between innings, because Hayley Benithan was the last out, and she is the catcher for the Vespers, which gives me a great opportunity to say hi to everyone who's watching at home. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support. This is going all across the world, so leave your comment, and we'll say g'day. Hello to Mel, Matt Miles, 2 ace commentators. Keep up the good work, guys. Well, mate, we will keep doing it. We love doing this, and that's why we're here each and every week, bringing you the action. Maddie Cameron is still at centre field. I thought we'd had a change in the field. That's okay. We'll just stay on track here. Chelsea Robinson's the hitter. No changes to the defensive lineup.
No, Chelsea Robinson's taken the first. Oh, and then Mike evens that up with the 1-on-1, so that was about a half a foot out. So you're right, anywhere within that foot boundary, he'll take it. No, we love him. We raised him up before the game. We said we're going to give him a hard time. He's a nice guy.
Robinson pulls this one, and it just goes foul of Cara Schultz at third. Now, it was Chelsea Robinson in the box still in the batter's box as the last out was made last inning, with the runner leaving early.
Yep. There was a play. Neville picked that up. Very, very good umpire. There was a play last week. James, we didn't know why there was an out, but there was an obstruction. That's why they had to go back. And I watched the replay last week, and some of our viewers at home picked that up for us and commented, and we didn't pick up the comment. So we apologise for that. As Chelsea Robinson drives that up the middle, as Jordan Lambert comes home, and everybody else just sits back to their corner on the arm of Maddie Cameron.
Jeez, isn't she an absolute weapon in the outfield, Maddie Cameron? One of the best players we have in the state. That's Zoe Young on third base. She wasn't going to take on the arm of the great Cameron, and now it's Jenny Gray up to bat for the Angels. Swing and a miss, first pitch. Zoe Young on third, Peppa Adkins on second, and Chelsea Robinson after that RBI single stands aboard first base. The Angels peg one back. It is 9 runs to 6. Good change up there from Jordan Lee.
This is where the Vespers have got the wood over the Angels. They go out hard each innings, and then the Angels have got to follow, and they need to get after it pretty quick.
Gray gets after this one, goes foul for a second strike.
She's having a very good game, Jordan Lee, isn't she?
Yeah, she pitched really well in the bottom half of the first inning. But although she gave up 5, I mean, Dressick's just given up 5 in one inning as well. So that, if that's a measure of how well she's doing, she's actually doing quite well, because you can score 4 in the blink of an eye, and 5's not that much harder to do either. This one is a foul ball that bounced back into play. Was that off the catcher probably?
Off the foot. I think it was a bit of a dead ball.
Well, Jenny Gray is the batter in the box. Chelsea Robinson hit a single, RBI single, and Regan Lambert's on deck. Pulls this one foul.
Look, she's looking confident out there, Jenny Gray. I mean, this is her first bat in the game. She started at third base in the first innings. Come home was the first score, but she's looking comfortable in there.
Gets the ball into play this time. Amber Hood's at shortstop. Jeez, it felt like she took forever to make that play, but she fires it across in time for the out to be made. That's the first out of the inning, but Jenny Gray has scored the runner from third. So Angels get another one back. It's 9-7, and Regan Lambert is the hitter.
The birthday girl.
Just gives that one a little nod of approval as it came through.
It's a bit late when it's going back to say, yeah, it was good. You want to pick those as they're heading towards you. But Regan will get after this one now.
Smashes this one. It just comes off the shin or the foot. Scores a run, so a single to Regan Lambert, advancing Chelsea Robinson to third base. Now, not normally allowed in the game of Fully Loaded, a timeout, but on this occasion, just the fielders making sure their pitcher is okay. Jordan Lee having a night out, and let's watch the statewide super replay of Lambert. Great footage and vision. She just kept her head over the ball and drove it up the middle.
Oh, she's apologising as she runs up.
Apology. Good sportsmanship shown tonight from both teams.
That's great to see, isn't it? Like, it's there's some camaraderie out there. I mean, there's a great photo on the Softball SA Facebook page of all the girls crowding around the home plate, and everyone's got their arms around each other. It's a very, very good atmosphere down here.
Now, this batter up to bat now is a late inclusion tonight. We weren't told about this until we got the lineup card. One of the Angels players was unavailable, and so Bill Benedictson, who's one of the coaches for the opposition, believe it or not, for the Vespers. There's that replay of Regan Lambert apologising to Jordan Lee. They're teammates from the under-23s team, so they'll be good friends. Well, that's it. Amelia Dolphin is that player that we were just mentioning, and pulls it to third base, and a great out made tagged on the helmet. No.
Oh, good calls all around there. Give it to the Blues.
Gee, I thought the tag was made there on the helmet. Let's watch the
No, you
statewide
watch
super replay here. Dolphin pulls this one just off the end of the handle, actually.
Cara Short's made a great play.
The play from the Sarge, and then first base.
No miss.
From the Vespers, Georgia Hooper got that throw off very quickly, and it was terrific base running and a great slide from Chelsea Robinson to evade the tag.
And look who's over at third base. Regan Lambert made it all the way around. One of the graduates from the Lambert Sprint School, one of the Tri-Lambs, made it all the way around to third without anyone noticing. Oh, what a piece.
Sophie Hoyle just smashes that one up the middle. Oh, Maddie Cameron tried to make an out from centre field. The first base was trailing the fielder, trailing the cutoff man, so she could back that up. So she was in the right place. But Maddie Cameron just threw it there. See, there you saw in the replay that Georgia Hooper was backing up the throw that she thought was going to go to second. But instead, Cameron made the choice to throw it to first for some reason. Sophie Hoyle just eases away over to third. For Mackenzie Ween now. So, geez, there's no let up. I'm flustered again. It's so hard to keep up and catch up. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Regan Lambert scored. Sophie Hoyle's on third. Mackenzie Ween's up to bat.
2 outs, and it's tied 9-all.
Right.
Jenny Gray out and Jenny Grace. That's 2 outs.
So Peppa Adkins scored from third. Chelsea Robinson scored when she dove in.
Jenny Gray got out. Regan Lambert came home.
She scored, yes, off of Sophie's hit.
Yep,
Sophie's hit.
Yep.
And
Amelia got out. From 5 to 3.
Sophie went around to third on that throw from Maddie Cameron, and now it is Mackenzie Ween up to bat. Gee, keep up, fellas. Mackenzie Ween's tournament continues. An RBI single to Mackenzie Ween, and there is a reason she's hitting 2 for this Angels lineup, because she just cannot miss at the moment.
Gee, she's doing well, and that brings Sophie Hoyle home. Good slide.
Great action replay.
Went around. You can see the thunder in the background there, eyeing it off.
Lambert, the hitter for the Angels. Bit more patient this time around. Mackenzie Ween dives back on a pick-off attempt from Hayley Benithan.
Jordan Lambert will want to take her time here after chasing it too early in the first innings. She'll go after this and take some time, see her pitch and give it a ride. 88 k's an hour, a little bit slower than Jordan would be used to.
What I like here at this turn of bat is that she patiently watched the first one, so she saw one. Then she was aggressive at the next one, which is the format of the game, aggressive, but it may have been a little high. So she is has aggressive intent at the moment, and this one, she watches the change-up. Through, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Look, they don't call her HRH for nothing, so she sees one that she likes, it's gone.
This one's popped up to the right side. Erin Stone is the fielder getting under it to take the catch, and the third out of the inning. She's not happy with herself. Lambert, you called her the HRH. That was the nickname she was affectionately given from her good friend and ours at the call team, Jess Torpy. G'day to Jess if you're watching. Hey, let's go to social media. Let's see who is watching. So we can say g'day. We've got Millie Sims watching, sounding good, great pictures. That vision, how good is the vision of the on-field camera? Let's also go to Chris Taylor's watching in the Riverland. Georgia Hood from Mount Gambier. We're starting to get around the country here. Wendy Keach watching on a flight from Melbourne to Adelaide. Safe flight, Wendy. Scotty Brady's watching.
Scotty.
From the family there, Kieran Clough. We say hello to the Clough family every week. I love that. Another Thursday night of glorious showing a fully loaded. Love your work. So he's going for the Vespers. Lindsay Kaysler's watching from the York Peninsula, and Nat Hailstone's taking a guess at who our special guest might be tonight. I reckon she's pretty close. Scott Watson. Nice comeback from the Angels. So a comment from the Gold Coast from Scott Watson. Troy Purcell's watching. He's from Queensland. Don Peters watching from Broken Hill. G'day to Don. New pitcher for the Angels. This is our first look at Jenny Gray swing and a miss. Now the rules for fully loaded softball in our competition, just so we can make sure all our state players are getting an opportunity to play in their position, is maximum two innings per game and 3 total for the night. So Angels are going to have to go deep into their roster here tonight, because by the looks of things, we're short on Millie Fidge.
Yep. That's correct. Millie Fidge is out, unavailable tonight at the moment.
Do you have some mail on that, Mark?
No, the coach, Sue was over here before, as it's a strikeout there. Sue came over before and just mentioned that she's out. So I'm not too sure what the mail is, but she's not here. As the strike 3 for Jenny Gray. Good way to start. Gee, she's mixing them up. They were 57, 59, 63 Ks an hour. It's a very off-putting pace, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be used as a weapon, particularly in this form of the game. It's almost like the slower ball in a T20 cricket game, isn't it? The variation is part of every good pitcher's arsenal. So let's have a look here at the new hitter. That's Jessie Keach. Have a look at her. You can tell she's a bowler. She's dirty from top to toe, diving around. Great player, Jessie Keach. Was in the Aussie under-17 squad that toured Mankato in Minnesota.
Wow. And she got after that.
Deep. Regan Lambert right on the fence. Out is called. Maddie Cameron crosses.
Did she tag up? That's the question. They're going to ask. Are they going to ask, or did Maddie Cameron hold there enough? Well, she must have, because no one asked the question.
Let's watch the statewide Super replay for that. Deep ball, deep centre field. Regan Lambert's just ripped off Jessie Keach for a home run. It would have been a Grand Slam home run in the end. It's just a 1-run sacrifice fly ball to tie up the ball game. Cara Schultz, hitter now for the Vespers. Leaves that one alone, low for a ball.
Well, Cara Schultz hit a nice hit in the second innings, so she'll be looking for something.
Well, she actually needs to just make sure that she gets after a good pitch here in the top of the third. Coach Collett may have slowed down the intent and the pace of the game, because the Vespers really need to score some more runs to give themselves a chance here. It's their last chance to bat, and at the moment they're just tied, and there has been a couple of quick outs.
And you've got 2 outs at the moment.
They need another run. Whoa, that one.
58 Ks an hour.
We saw Port Adelaide star Johanna Grauer, the highlight package from Spacequake Sports during the week, 62 Ks. This one came in at 58. A walk for Cara Schultz. So that'll advance runners around to second and third for Ella Forrester. Now Ella Forrester up to bat now for her first turn of the game. She's actually come in for Jordan Lee.
Oh, she must have
a home run.
Maybe she hurt her foot before. Maybe it had a little bit more than we thought. Now, I think we need to move off this slow pitch just for the moment, Jenny. I think she needs to give it a little bit more. She's just rolling him over at 58, 59. She really needs to give it a bit. There we go. That's up to 80.
That may have been a different variation of change-up if that one's come in at 80. She's a state under-18 player. I'm expecting her fastball in the 90s. So let's have a look here from the reverse angle. Zoe Young's the new catcher. Shot, Ella Forrester. And a nice play from the Angels pivots. Sophie Hoyle, a backhand play to Jordan Lambert. So they went for the closest base. Gee, this is a bit of trouble for the Vespers. They are undefeated against the Angels so far this season. Bottom of the third, just around the corner. And we're hoping for a short turnaround between games. And it will be the Vespers versus the Thunder. So, okay, Luke Andrews is watching. Bodie Williams. Ben Hardy says legends. He must be talking about himself. He's a great player.
Luke Andrews, he'd love to play this format. This guy bunts 180 feet, wouldn't he? Hey, geez, he's a big boy, can swing that bat.
Well, his nickname's Plugger, if that gives our viewers
That's
at
because
home
he was a
any guess.
pitcher.
Yeah.
That's not because he can just plug you.
Ben Lucas is watching it as well. The softball SA Pathway Development Officer. So
Yes,
g'day to
congratulations.
Ben. The wind's picked up a little bit. Notes are going everywhere. Let's get back to the action and the bottom of the third inning. Ella Forrester is throwing for the Vespers. Zoe Young for the Angels has an opportunity here to win the game for the Angels. She just needs to bring one run across the plate.
Base on balls last at bat, James.
And then the Angels will look to put a stack more runs on to go for those bonus points. So Vespers, on the other hand, will be trying to keep it down to a minimum so they can secure 1 point for a close loss.
Because if you went through that mathematical equation that we had there before.
I got the rules in front of me. I got them here. The winning team with a margin of 1 to 4 scores 3. The losing team scores 1.
That's ball 4. Here it is, James. The walk crosses the plate for the win for the Angels.
Well done to the Angels for beating the Vespers for the first time in this competition. We're not done yet. It's no outs, so the Angels still have 3 outs on their sleeve. The Vespers will be trying to keep that margin down to 4 to pick up a point for a close game. If it blows out between 5 to 9, 4 points to the winning team. 10 to 14, 5 points. 15 to 19, 6 points. And there's a rule for more than 20 runs. I don't think we're going to see that in this competition, but a 20-plus run victory will see the winning team score 7 points for the ladder. Jordan Lambert's the runner on second base. Who's on third for us? Is that Mackenzie Ween?
Yeah, Mackenzie Ween's at third.
Zoe Young got the walk.
And Pippa Gratton's up to bat and just rolls that out to the right field. She better hustle out there.
Lambert's going to
take, and Jordan Lambert takes home.
Lambert's always going to take on the running from second base on any outfield throw. Statewide Super Replay will show Erin Stone did nothing wrong there. She just got it in as quickly as possible, probably knowing that she's got no chance of getting the speedy Lambert.
Gee, she's quick, isn't she? Now you've got Chelsea Robinson on deck, who could really gain a couple of extra points for the Angels. They're having a good time. They're having a bit of a laugh out there now. Everyone's enjoying the night. Chelsea Robinson will be wanting to put this one deep. Oh, she goes after that and foul, says Michael Bendell. Very, very close. Cara Schultz did very well to come across the third base line and make sure that stayed out. They'll take a bit out of this one, the Angels being defeated twice by the Vespers. So they'll come away from this game feeling good.
Chelsea Robinson hits this one long and deep. It's a no-doubter, a home run. Chelsea Robinson, a 3-run shot, will extend the lead for the Angels. Let's watch the celebration as she comes in to home. Another home run to Chelsea Robinson, who's been on fire this tournament. They've got to work on that celebration.
They're persistent with that one. I love it that they're persistent and they're committed to it. Look at the camera work. That is fantastic. Chelsea Robinson, I just said, she's got the opportunity to put it over or to get them out in front. And look what happened. 6 runs up. Go back to your rule book, James.
It gives them 5 or 4. It gives them. Jenny Gray gets up to this one. Good pick up at shortstop from Zali Adams.
Yes.
The pitcher from Port Pirie playing in shortstop has made a great play, which brings up to bat Regan Lambert. That's just the first out of the inning.
Do you reckon they might be saving Zali for the Thunder in the next game?
Definitely, because the Vespers haven't beaten the Thunder. So on the flip side of the coin, they've had 2 great games against the Angels. However, they have not been able to get a win against the Thunder, and they play them next up right here on fully loaded softball action. Now, we were just mentioning the runs. A 6-run lead at the moment of the Angels will give them 4 points for the win. Someone just got away from pitcher Ella Forrester, and you can see the smile on Hayley Benathan's face from here, so probably something a little different than we were expecting.
Well, foot got caught there and she almost tumbled over as she pitched it.
Or she's just having a little bit of problem with the plate there. The pitch are absolutely destroying the pitching plate at the moment. So groundsman Andrew Scott's got a little bit of work to cut out for him during the week, I think. That's a better pitch from Ella Forrester. She fired that one in. Regan Lambert's eyes lit up. She just tipped it though and fouled it off.
Well, she nodded at that second one that came through. I think she gave it credit, but again, a little bit too late. She nods.
That one's a ball that gets away from Benithan. Not too far though. She is now in a full count position. Regan Lambert, the birthday girl. And Mum will be watching. Smashes this one, it's high. Zali Adams in the play and takes a comfortable catch. Second out of the inning, and the Vespers thought they were going to get out of that cheaply, but 3 out rule in full effect for this matchup here. Sorry, tried to capture my inner Adam Sandler on that one, but Dolphin.
Oh, look at this.
Smashes this one to centre field, and Maddie Cameron right on the line takes a good catch.
I'll tell you what, that's a cracking hit for the fill-in. Who just sprung up on everybody at the moment. You look at that scoreline, James. Talk us through it.
Well, that is the end of the ball game. 3 innings and you're done. Maddie Cameron took the last catch, and the Angels ran away with that. 16 runs to 10. They pick up 4 points for the win. And Mark, you're on screen, you're on camera.
I was just giving Michael a bit of a wave there, the umpire.
This will be as quick a change-up as possible between games. We'll bring you back the live action, and in the meantime, you just have to put up with our smiling faces. Mark Cramp and James Harris joining you. Let's just recap that game. It got off to a great start. We saw the Vespers put 4 on the board, and in response, it was the Angels that put 5 on. Not to be outdone, it was then the Vespers that came out firing and put another 5 on Jessie Dressick. So 9 of the 10 runs scored off the Angels tonight by the Vespers were off Jessie Dressick, and then it was Jenny Gray that came in and shut the Vespers down. They did manage to tie the game 10-all, and then a big 6-run last inning from the Angels to pick up their first win against the Vespers for the season.
Well, that's what I was saying to you earlier on. Jessie Dressick is performing amazingly on the in the A-grade competition, and she's sort of dominating out there and dictating her own terms. Bring her to fully loaded, and they're going after her, and they're not afraid to go after it. Some of the young players from Seacombe that are developing and coming through, they're chasing her. Peyton Daniels pushed her out to right field. They're getting home runs hit off her. She's getting home runs hit off her. It's a fantastic format. I like it.
Yeah, well, we can see that the Angels have exited their third base dugout, and I spoke to our guest who's going to join us from the Angels. So one of our special guests tonight is a player from the Angels. Peppa Adkins will join us very soon. Our special guest still to come. She's on her way from training, and then she'll come and visit us here at the commentary position. Can't wait for our special guest tonight, one of the fantastic members of the softball community. Now, Mark, let's have a look at the run sheet. We've got week 1, Thunder beat Vespers, who beat the Angels, who beat the Thunder, and week 2 was just a carbon copy. Yep. It was the exact same results, just a little closer. The games were a little bit closer, but Thunder back on top of the ladder. They are on 11 points with a couple of big wins during the competition so far.
The Thunder with Belle White, led by Belle White. I mean, she's a big part of those bonus points that they've been getting. She is having an unbelievable tournament, isn't she? Like, I don't think she got out. She got out once. I think once of about 4,000.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Once in 4 games she's been out.
Yeah, but she's had 7 or 8 at bats. She's had 4 home.
Peppa Adkins, put your headset on there so you can hear us talk. How's that? Now, if I just want to put the mic just in front of your face there, turn to your
There's the
right
camera.
and say hello. Look, you're on screen just in front of us here. Peppa Adkins, welcome to the broadcast. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. First time we beat those guys. That was good.
Yeah, we just mentioned that, didn't we, Mark?
Yeah, we were just talking about it. They've had the wood over you in the last 2 games. 17-11 was the final official score. We had it at 16-10 or something like that. But great win.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Highlights for you? Does it go too quickly for you to even realise what's happened, or do you remember who's played well? And
Not really. Yeah, it's a pretty quick game. It's already the 3rd inning and then it's over. But I think it's a pretty good game from everyone. We hit a lot better than we have been, which has been nice.
Yeah, Mackenzie Ween was had another great game. She's been playing very well. Sophie Hoyle at the top of the order as well. They took took Jordan Lambert out of the top spot. She is normally a lead-off in regular club ball, but this format of the game, you just want your big hitters straight up, don't you? You want to hit that grand slam first turn at bat, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I think as well, like you've got your lead-off, and then if they hit a home run, then there's kind of no one on, so it's almost worth having some of your stronger ones down for other innings as well, because then you've got the loaded bases again. So the batting lineup was changed a little bit tonight, potentially for that.
Well, it is a great idea to change the lineup. I'm just going to quickly get the attention of Dave. I can't hear Pippa in my headphones. Yep. So, so we're hopeful that everyone can hear us at home, and we do get a chance, Pippa, to say hello to people watching on the live stream. So I will just go through a couple of people who's watching. John Ann Harris, I know her. She's saying happy birthday to Regan Lambert. So is Mel, who's watching from Berry. Kathy Lambert, she's watching from the Barossa and says, let's go Angels. She was your team manager of the Stars last year.
Yeah, she was.
And the speed coach here in South Australia as well.
Yeah.
To Kathy and Michelle and Adrian watching from Country South Australia. Then we've got James Toddunder. He's in the Aussie Steelers team. G'day to JT. Tanya Hood's watching from Mount Gambier as well. So they're the people watching from home. You know Tanya, she was your coach.
I do, yes. I know Tanya very well.
In juniors and Hills Heat. The year you played at Hills Heat.
Yeah.
Now, Peppa, I want to ask you a question. It's been a topic of mine, and it's been frustrating me, and I'm just going to ask you straight out. Your left-hand running bunt. Here with me. Bear with me. I don't know when it's coming, and I don't know what you're going to do. Sometimes in the very first game, you tried it. It didn't work. You stood there and you smacked. I think it was a triple or a double, and then you've come again the next day and you go, I'm going to bat normally, and you went after it, and you got a hit, and then you went back to the left-hand running bunt. Is this Coach Young saying to you, let's try something different, let's slap it down, or are you just going, I'm going to try this because I'm comfortable?
Yeah.
Tell me. I need to read it. I can't read it.
So, wait, is this the bunt or the slap?
Well, it's the left-hand running
thing,
sort of that you slap it out and...
It's pretty much like he'll tell me sometimes and be like, oh, just have a slap this at bat. But mostly it's me. Sometimes if the pitch is a lot faster and all I need to do is just poke at it, then I'll prefer to slap. But it just depends on me a lot. But most of the time it's him kind of being like, oh, try this out.
Yeah.
And usually it's a good idea and kind of works.
You look comfortable doing it. And that's what's frustrating for me, because you look comfortable doing it, but then you don't do it and you hit a nice hit. And I go, well, now I'm torn. Do you want to hit or do you want to slap and advance the runner? But in this game, you got to be able to mix it up.
We want to see home runs.
Exactly. I always love hitting because I want to get a good hit. But if it's not working, then slapping's always there, and that's why we kind of did. Like I pretty much just slapped all of last season, and I didn't love it because I wasn't great at it, and But now I kind of worked on a lot last season. That's a lot better, and now I can go back to my hitting and then kind of pretty much just use whatever I want, kind of thing.
Well, the technique's there. The technique is definitely there, and we can see that, and that's what we say as we're watching. But we go just stand there and smack it out. You can do it, and then when you do it, you're like, and you get all excited. So it's good.
Now, we only bring the biggest names to the commentary table, Pippa, all right? So what we've done, guys, is we've got Peppa Adkins. You play for the Sturt Softball Club. You're a Stars representative, and you were in Irvine, California in August this year. Tell all the people at home who you're playing for in Irvine.
So that was for the under-19s Australian team, the Junior Aussie Spirit, and we went to the Junior Worlds in Irvine, California, and we came fourth, which was, really good out of 16 teams. That was lovely.
Very good.
Junior Aussie representative,
it was
Peppa
amazing.
Adkins, and a Stars player as well. You went to the Gillies Shield and the Eleanor Mackenzie Shield last year. That's the Open and under-19. This year, you're just going away to Gillies. finished second last year. You lost by one
Yeah.
run. What's the feel like in the team environment this year? Are you so determined this year? Is it feel a bit different to last year? You know you're a chance?
Yeah, no, we feel like we've got a pretty good chance. We've got a lot of depth in our lineup and stuff, and yeah, I think we're all going for it. We're really keen.
Awesome. So what does this fully loaded softball competition mean to you, knowing that it's helping with your preparation for nationals?
I think it's just a great chance to kind of get more at bats and everything like that. And I think as well with the loaded bases, it's a lot of like pressure on the field, which is a lot better because you don't always get those kind of in games, especially for me at first. Like I don't always get the ones coming to me, runner on 3 and stuff like that. So I think it's just a chance to practice the plays that you need to nail, but they don't come every day kind of thing. But now it gives it a chance for them to come more often.
Well, we've talked about that pressure, haven't we? That unperceived pressure, because it's a completely different format of the game. So you're up there to bat, and you've got loaded bases. Like it doesn't matter if they get 2 or 3 or 4 runs. In a normal game, it does, because you've got to try and peg that back. Here, that's a normal aspect of the game, and I think everyone's starting to grasp that now, aren't they? That it's like, oh well, it's 4 runs, we can get 5, or you know, we're there if we get 4. Getting 4 runs in an innings is a good round, or it's a good innings in a normal game.
Exactly. Because I think as well as here, even though, especially when it's loaded bases, you don't want to let the runner score, but a lot of times if you can get the double, it's better because then you've got 2 outs and only 1 run scored.
It makes you guys, and we've said this multiple times, it makes you guys think on your feet. And it's good learning. It's education. It's like training your mind or your reflexes, isn't it? Isn't it? Like, without even knowing, you've got this pressure on you, and you've got to make a play.
Yeah, but I think as well, like it's just a chance to have fun as well. Like there's so much pressure on the Saturdays and everything, and it's just a chance to, if you stuff up, it doesn't matter. You can try things and see if they work. We'll
talk about having fun. We have seen nothing but non-stop smiles from all the girls out here. We saw Regan Lambert smack it into Jordan Lee's foot, and as she was running, she actually ran and yelled out, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry!" And we watched it on the Spacewake Sports replay. It was quite funny. Everyone's having a great time, aren't they? The girls are loving it.
It's lots of fun.
Yeah,
I'm having a great time too. I must be looking funny to everyone who's watching at home. I just want a photo of this group right here. So let's have a look at Sue Nucky. Say hello to the camera as we get that photo taken. I'm going to start posting some Instagram posts, put some photos on the story as well. I've got one last question for you. What is with that home run celebration?
Yeah, we want to see more. Come on.
We want to see an electrifying celebration. The halo, it's cute. I like it.
It's a good start.
What else you got? Have you got something else for us?
Oh, we might have something up our sleeve.
You've got a game off. I want you to work on it and come back and you let us know when it happens. All right?
You'll see it when it happens.
I just need to get the attention of David Muggleton. We're about to get underway. All right, Peppa Adkins, you can say good day to anyone you want because they're watching you, no doubt, and then we're going to let you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us. You got anyone to say hi to?
Not really.
Not really, all right.
That'll
Well,
be right.
good luck for the next game tonight.
Thank you.
We're about to get underway, the Thunder versus the Vespers. This is Araha Munro. Courtney's the older sister, and she's going straight up against the big dog herself, Maddie Cameron.
Well, thank you for having me.
No worries. Thank you for joining us, Pippa.
Good luck in the next game.
Thank you.
Well, I've just got the score sheets here, James. We were just talking about Sophie Hoyle leading off. You were just talking about Sophie Hoyle leading off for the Nairne Angels.
Home run, no doubter, an automatic from Maddie Cameron has put it over the regular home run fence. A grand slam home run to get things underway in game 2. Let's have a look at the celebration. Maddie Cameron comes in. They really haven't got anything sorted out there,
They've got nothing there either, but I was just saying, have a look at the leadoff. You got Maddie Cameron for the Vespers, who just donked one 235 feet. That went way, way, way back. And then you have a look at Thunder, who's Belle White leading off, who is the home run queen at the moment.
Erin Stone's batting 2 for the Vespers, and she gets aggressive at that next one. Oh, the camera's on me. We can say hi to our very special guest. It's AFLW Premiership star, former Stars player, and Premiership legend at the Glenelg Rebels Softball Club, Georgia Bevin. Welcome, Georgia. I'm going to move your drink bottle.
Okay, sorry.
Just came from training, so I'm rehydrating.
I hope you're warm
Important
enough
things.
as well. You're still in your footy gear, so
Yeah,
it's
I'm freezing.
welcome to fully loaded softball.
Thanks for having me.
Erin Stone chops this one, and Sarah Tonkin's going to let this one go foul. You heard Georgia Bevin. Smart play. That's a good call. I'm going to just get you to put that just a little closer to your mouth. There, you can move that one. Perfect. And
Done this before.
yes. Now, you're going to get used to this because the pace is just non-stop. It's so fast-paced that you don't have any time to think. And as Erin Stone gets a ground ball to Araha Munro, who makes the first out of the inning. Your first person that you've watched in this game, in this format of the game, hits a Grand Slam home run. How good is that? Maddie Cameron.
Makes it look easy, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah, she's an exceptional athlete. She scored Jordan Lee, Ella Forrester and Peyton Daniels, who were base running. She scored herself as well on the Grand Slam home run. She'll be happy to open the account. I don't think she'd hit a home run yet, Maddie Cameron. And that one was a no-doubter. It went over
235 feet.
regulation home run fence and nearly into the dog club. The German Shepherd Dog Club, deep left field here. It's always a target for the big hitters in the competition. You would have seen a few home runs in your time.
Hit one over myself on the weekend.
You did, didn't you? I do recall. I was going to get to that.
Oh,
Smashed
dear,
it.
dear.
Went between the legs of third base Sarah Tonkin, Hayley Benoith, and just smashed that one.
Laid an egg.
Watch the statewide super replay. I think it smacked her right in the wrist as it came through. But Hayley Benoith gave that everything she had.
Just off the bottom part of the glove, the palm of the glove, and between the legs. I'm going to give Benoith a single. She hit it that hard. We might get back to what we were just talking about, Georgia Bevin. You have made a return to softball this season, a welcome return to the sport, I might add.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
And what was it, your first game on this diamond?
Yeah, in about 3 years.
In 3 years, and you've smashed a home run.
Over.
Yeah.
Pocket rocket.
I was just as surprised, don't worry. Doesn't happen very often.
Now, Georgia, we'll touch on your capabilities and your new chosen sport as well, AFLW Premiership player with the Crows in the inaugural season. Have you made a move since then?
I've been playing with Hawthorn in the VFL, so I went over in July, June and August, and then still playing Samford with Sturt as well.
With the Sturt Footy Club, so they must be absolutely loving having you back.
Yeah, definitely. It's great playing with Hoyley and Jessie Keach as well.
Right, of course. We've got some aspiring AFLW stars playing softball as well. Sophie Hoyle she's transformed her game. I remember when she was playing at Salisbury, she was a full-back.
Yeah, well, now she sort of comes on ball and then goes forward, kicks a few snags.
Unreal. It's a huge transformation from Sophie. And back then, Salisbury were in the Div 2,
Yeah.
I reckon, when you were dominating with Morphe.
Yeah, that was a long time ago now. Piece of the ball.
Has just gone foul. This is Cara Schultz up to bat. There's one out. The runner on first base is Hayley Benoith, and we might just quickly go around the defence for the Thunder. Araha Munro pitching to Belinda White, Sophie Roberts on first, Jess Neves on second base, Neve Adams at shortstop, Sarah Tonkin at third. And just watch this pitch here. It's low for a ball, and in the outfield we've got Chloe Charlton, Jackie Beale and Indigo Beck de Silva out at right field. Simi Dhaliwal is the designated runner in this game, so we won't see her in the defence. Cara Schultz, part of the Vespers lineup, is also from the Seacombe Tigers and the SA under 18s and under 23, so a multiple representative here for the Vespers, up against good mate
Good
and
eyes.
teammate Ara Munro, and gets herself a walk. So 2 runners aboard for the Vespers. Now, Georgia, I'm not sure if you've kept up with this competition or not, but in the first 2 weeks, the Thunder have been able to outscore the Vespers both times they've played, and so they've got the wood over the Vespers, so they'll be stoked with this start here. A 4-run shot from Maddie Cameron. Have you been able to watch from home?
A little bit here and there. Mostly the replays and the highlights. but it's been good to see some aggressive batting. That's probably the main thing I've noticed.
How good is that when you've been interstate to be able to keep up with the softball action brought to you by Spacequake Sports?
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I was actually in Sydney when the first one was happening with the Softball Australia girls.
The Summer Slam?
Yeah, I couldn't go out and watch because I work, but I watched the live streams, which were really good.
And the Summer Slam will be back this year. Double steal has gone unopposed.
Very close.
A late throw from Belinda White. She would be dark. 2 stolen bases on the champ. I think the infield were caught napping.
And Cara Schultz stole that bag, but not very, very confidently at all. I think she was looking at the play at third base, James, and as Bella White's guiding Oha Munro in here, she's the one that you want behind the plate when you are an up-and-coming pitcher and you're moving forward. She's doing a good job here, but the Vespers have taken control of this first innings.
Oh.
As Jessie Keach goes after that one again.
Jessie Keach is
Whoa,
waiting for her pitch.
that was pretty fat.
Big strikeout call from plate umpire Jackie Crafter. And you heard it right here from our special guest commentator, Georgia Bevin, that one.
What would you have done with that one, Georgia?
Probably hit it down left field one.
And the confidence too. I love it. You would have put it over. You would have put it over.
Why not? Got to have a crack though.
Well, what does Lee Hull always say? You don't want to die wondering.
No.
You walk away. If it's close enough and you're on the 3, give it a ride.
Exactly.
And Georgia Hooper goes after that one. Well, the Thunder are looking for their 3rd out. And the Vespers have got 4 on the board. And Georgia Hooper's going after that. Not afraid to swing the bat, James, at all, is she?
Yeah, she's an aggressive young hitter, Georgia Hooper, who got a single in the last game.
Just brushing up on a bit of Instagram there for all those followers. He left me hanging.
Live social media.
And a bit starstruck, I think he has, the young man. I don't know why I sit next to him every week as Georgia Hooper goes down swinging and the Thunder closes. That's away for the Vespers, get a 4-run lead at the top. But I'm sure the Thunder won't be too disheartened when you look who's leading off. Belinda White.
Yeah, Georgia Belinda has been the player of the competition so far. She's played 4 games. She's only got out once so far. Mark gave the stats just a little while ago. She's had about 16 home runs, 457 RBIs, and she's just been untouchable. We just saw a special guest in the crowd. Did you see who that was?
It was a dog.
Yeah.
No, whose dog was that?
Don't know. That was a cute dog in the crowd. Well, the Vespers have taken the field, and we're joined by a very special guest, Georgia Bevin, AFLW Premiership player with the Adelaide Crows in the inaugural season, and a Glenelg Rebels Premiership player as well. That seems so long ago.
I think a Facebook memory came up the other day. It would have been probably 8 years ago, even more. Which is just crazy how fast that
It was about 8 years ago we won a Glenelg Rebels Premiership, I think.
Yes.
I think we went, was it the same year?
I'm pretty sure it was. Thank you, Georgia. You're our special guest, but yeah, you can make it about us if you like.
8 years ago I was only about 22 then, I think.
Crossing the
long
plate
time coming.
to score is Indigo Beck to Silver. So Belinda White's Grand Slams aspirations just go out the window.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll have a talk to the young player in the dugout after.
She's not happy when that happens. It's
Damn. Missed opportunity.
Belinda White, let's watch this with... this
That's
one
a terrible bounce.
bounces off the plate. Chloe Charlton's going to score. So 2 pass balls in a row. We'll see 2 runs across the plate. And the difference is now just the solitary 2 runs. Belinda White can tie up the game here with 1 swing of the bat. Back to Glenelg, the premiership that the Rebels won. That broke a long drought as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was a huge
It was 20
night for the
plus
club.
years, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was.
Massive party.
I can tell you a bit of a interesting fact on that game.
Yep.
The last premiership before Georgia's premiership for Glenelg, it was a tied game.
Oh.
The scores were tied, and 2 premiers were awarded that year because the lights were turned off. The president at the time turned the lights off because it had reached the time when the light curfew had happened. And,
They were probably expensive back then too.
Probably.
Well, they were candles, weren't they? Back then.
Long time before.
If you
we
between
want
drinks.
another one.
It's an interesting story. We should get Lindy Radigan when she arrives tonight to share some more
The
information.
last
some
person
insight
alive
on
when that happened.
I'm sure she was involved.
Love
around
Lindy.
about that time.
Love Lindy.
all right.
Can I ask a question?
A walk from Belinda White. We'll get back to you in just a second. She's going to steal.
They'll be happy to
second.
get away with that one.
Yeah, that was a very, very pitched around her, I think.
Runners on second and third now for Sophie Roberts. Back to you, Mark.
You've forgotten now.
No,
haven't you?
I was just going to say, tell me what it's like to play against Carlton.
Oh, well, both the times I got to play against them, we won, so that was good.
That was good for you, yeah.
Yeah. I did play them in the VFL this year as well. They're feisty. They like to
Don't say
scrap
anything bad
around.
about it.
Wait, their club captain. A shot from Sophie Roberts up the middle, scores. Neve Adams
And
from
Bell
third.
Wright's
Belinda White's
coming
going to try to
on.
score. The throw was just off target from centre fielder Hayley Benithan. Let's watch the statewide super replay. A good shot
piece of the ball
from Sophie Roberts. I'm glad you're saying piece of the ball because I just happened to watch back one of the games. I rarely do that. And I kept saying piece of the ball, piece of the ball. And I was hoping that those watching at home knew what that meant. And I'm glad I'm not the
Someone
only one
else
that said
said
it. So a good piece of the ball from Sophie Roberts there. Ties the game up. Belinda White scored on that shot. Sophie Roberts is in scoring position on second base for Sarah Tonkin, the hitter. And she's going to advance on this pass ball. Now, we were just mentioning the Carlton Footy Club. I want to touch on it because a very special friend of Softball SA's is the club captain at Carlton, Jess Edwards.
Oh, Jess Edwards, yeah, of course.
Edwards. So, so another former Stars player, making good there in the...
no, she's done an awesome job.
In the AFL or the women's footy.
Tell me the difference between playing in the VFL and playing the SANFL. Are they very, very similar? Is it a faster competition here?
Yeah.
Is it a slower competition? How does it compare?
It's probably not as different as people originally thought. Like I think Samfield's done a really good job of building up the talent pool and making use of, I guess, the girls that are existing. The VFL relies heavily on the AFLW players coming back. So when they're not there, the depth isn't as strong.
You can sort of sense it a little bit.
You can see the difference, and especially when you're playing teams that don't have as many AFLW players, so they're not aligned clubs. There's just a lot of clubs. There's about 12 or 14, I think. So yeah, by the time that those players get dispersed around, it's the talent does kind of get a bit low. But it's pretty close. It's just when those girls come back, obviously there's a pretty big difference between the SANFL and the VFL at that time. Yeah,
because the AFL, the South Australian, or the Crows AFLW team hold their own, don't they? I mean, inaugural premiers, like they take it right up there. So you would expect that maybe the SANFL would be a little bit stronger. I'm not trying to be biased. Yeah,
I think for a long time we kind of lacked development here in SA, or kind of lacked the recognition of some really good players, and so that is kind of, you can see that in the licensing as well, like Port not having a team just yet when we've won 2 out of 3 of the premierships. So hopefully they'll get a license soon and more of the SA players can play. But they had another 16 girls picked up this year in the draft. So that's enough to pretty much make up the team. So hopefully we see more and more girls get drafted. And the pathways that they're putting in place, great shot.
Oh, that's a cracking shot. Munros, what do they call that up? That's a 2-base stand up.
Awesome piece of the ball.
Ground rule double to Ara Munro. Statewide super replay, got her eyes on the ball, pulls this one. I reckon she might have known that one was straight in the gap. She had a second look at that one.
That brings Sophie Roberts home to, what's that, a 5? Is that how I'm looking at it, ladies? Getting a nod, a no nod, ignoring me. You looking at Instagram as well? Come on, Kelsey, get your finger on that button. The wind's picked up here a little bit.
Oh,
Sarah Tonkin hits us out to right field. And
Neves. Neve.
Oh, sorry, Jess Neves.
Yes, Neves, yes.
Come on, James. Get on the ball.
Yeah, gee, this Thunder lineup, there's some slight players, isn't there? And then there's some big players as well. But that was Jess Neves who flies out the right.
And Jackie Beale on deck for those playing at home, and James. I tell you what, if we get any more stars on this panel, we're going to have to get a defibrillator machine because this man to my right gets starstruck very easy. Imagine if Bruce McAvaney rocked up here one day, what would happen?
I know Bruce, I can get him along. No, I don't know when that works.
Look, this
He's just seen the end now.
all right, I'm going to leave it at that. It's a sorry tale, really. I saw him at the airport one day, and I was a little struck that I couldn't even say hello. And I may have written to him when I was in high school, but that's another.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
It was quite a long time ago. Jackie Beale in the left-handed box.
I was going to say, I haven't seen her there yet. I think she's done that since I've been away, but I've spoken to her about it. So it's exciting.
Look, she's made a great transition for the West Torrens
She looks
club.
very confident now.
Yep, she's been able to get a couple of nice shots.
By the way you're talking, you must have followed while you're away. You must have been following and catching up with the girls and watching the Spacewalk sport replays and stuff. Well, that's fantastic. That's so it reaches all areas, and everyone's still got that interest, and the coverage is fantastic.
Definitely. If I could have done both, I would have kept playing, but I had to choose. So
was that a regular, like a rule, a bit of a?
Yeah, you can't play any other sport unless it's professional.
Okay.
But yeah, so if I had my choice, I would have kept playing, but had to obviously prioritise the contracting.
We've got a couple other sports that people play here. Sophie Roberts is a state cricketer as well. So Belinda White is a pretty talented Gaelic football player as well. Did you play against her in that?
No, I never really crossed over to Gaelic.
Never made that crossover.
No.
James?
No. Good bunt.
The ground ball to Ella Forrester, and she'll beat this out.
Wow.
And the run from third will score.
The Vespers are not happy with that.
Indigo back to silver it is on the statewide super replay. She chopped it straight into the ground. That was pretty close.
I didn't see it.
A third lefty in a row. This is Chloe Charlton.
Interesting lineup. 3 in a row.
Well, I think Morgan Young's rubbing it in a little bit there. He's just chowing down on some food in the break between games.
He's got a nice piece of battered fish there too, Morgan Young. Look at him, giving it a real going over.
Let's
watch the statewide super.
I reckon she's gone.
Look, let's just say that the camera angle was fantastic. It's just tough on these umpires because this action is non-stop. It's fast-paced and, gee, that was a good angle. Let's get back to the live action. We can see Ella Forrester on screen. Low and just out of reach of catcher Peyton Daniels. We'll see Indigo back to silver, advance to second. 2 outs, and you may be able to hear the wind just in the effects microphone. It's picked up a little bit, I reckon. It's getting pretty cold. It's, you know what's making it feel so cold? It was 42 degrees here yesterday. There's that left-handed slap we were talking with Peppa Adkins about, just in between the 2 games tonight. Mark, you're toughing it out there with the polo shirt on.
Kindly given me his jacket.
He's a gentleman, isn't he? I didn't give him
very
mine.
kind.
I feel bad now.
That's okay.
He's not the only
But
one.
I tell you what, if Bruce McAvaney was sitting there.
He would have given it straight away.
I'm also following Mel McLaughlin on social media as well, and she's my unofficial mentor for social media. I just made that post that I was concentrating on before. A photo of our very special guest, Georgia Bevin, AFLW superstar, Glenelg Rebels premiership player, former Stars representative. When was the last time you played for the Stars? Was it the New Zealand trip?
Yeah.
When was that? What year was that?
2013.
Wow.
I think.
Correct.
Yeah. That's a long time
Maybe
ago.
14.
You win a prize.
Maybe 14.
Yeah, maybe 14. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
Yeah.
I think after that I had uni, and then I went to America, and then that's when footy started. So.
Did you do any? Was it a sporting trip or was it just a year off, a gap year? I'm
yeah,
going.
I finished my dietetics degree and pretty much just went away for 2.5 months because I needed a break from the real world. So yeah, it was. We got to watch a hockey game, ice hockey, which was pretty unreal.
And then you came back and started playing footy?
Yeah, yep. So I came back, played the rest of the softball season out, and then straight into football. And then that was the year that the draft came. So I went back to softball. Probably played the best I'd played in a really long time before I had to go off to footy. So it was nice to not have to put the pressure on and do well.
Tell me about the draft when it came through, because that was the first draft for the women, and you just got called out. You got the phone call. How did it happen? How did it unfold in front of you?
So it's live stream, like it is currently how the same sort of format. So I didn't really I probably had an inkling that I had a good chance.
Did you nominate?
Yes.
You nominated?
It's still the same format now, is that you pick a state, so you have to kind of hedge your bets of where you think you're going to get picked up with. So obviously being an SA, nominated here, and then I think I was the 6th pick from the Crows. So I didn't have to wait too long, which was good. And they just call it out, and then as soon as that was done, we go to Adelaide Oval, take our pictures in the newspaper.
Belinda White is the batter up to bat for the Thunder.
Oh, we definitely have to pay attention now.
Yeah.
It's loaded bases, believe it or not. It's the 10th batter of the inning, and the Thunder have done it again. They did this to the Vespers last week as well. They put on a huge amount of runs in the first inning, and it was Neve Adams who got a walk to first. Chloe Charlton, I think, also got on from a walk as well. It's loaded bases. We've got Georgia Bevin, our very special guest. Ella Frost is in front of the count here on Belinda White with 2 strikes. I wouldn't be pitching anything close to the zone here for the next 4 pitches. Try and get Bell chasing, maybe throw in something off speed. Maybe even a 125k rise ball would be handy about now.
That's probably what I'd throw. I just walk her, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
In this position, you're only 3 runs down. You walk her, you're 4 runs down. You got 2 outs. Let's just. Is it 2 outs? I'm pretty sure it's 2 outs, isn't it? Yeah.
2 outs.
Thanks for backing me up there, James. 2 outs. You've got that potential then to get an early ground out. You're only 4 runs down. This could hurt you significantly, going on previous experiences.
This one just gets away. Tried the change up. Good slide in to home Indigo back to Silver. Very familiar hairstyle to yours,
Yeah.
Georgia. The long curly locks. Slides in safely. Indigo back to Silver, very quick. Also, not unlike you, Georgia, known for your speed in softball.
Yeah.
As well as being just a brilliant all-round player, mind you.
That's very kind.
Handy utility, a very, very good outfielder as well.
Yeah.
But I was going to mention before, Mark, that she was Georgia was a state footballer before she was drafted to the Crows as well. So
there it is.
Smashes this to left field. It's a foul ball.
Bad luck.
Oh wow! She smashed that to the left side, and it was out of reach of everyone, and it tailed away with this little bit of breeze that we've got happening at the moment into foul territory. Pretty close though, seeing as that the fence is or the home run line's at 180, so may have curled around. Another one going.
She wants another.
She
wants another chance. She wants another crack at it.
Third base coach for the Thunder is Annie Fidge, and she's in a dangerous spot, as is third base umpire Neville Lawrence. So state footy player before she was drafted, and dominant in the women's league before it come to prominence here in South Australia. Really, with Morphe's, you won a bunch of premierships with them as well.
Three in a row. With Morpheville Park.
Go down and have a look at the new Morpheville Football Park Club. I'm building it.
Oh, you're building it?
You come down and I'll give you a guided tour.
Well, I was president there for 2 years as well.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, come down, go swing past. We've demoed the old building.
Yeah, awesome.
There's a fantastic new facility going up there right now. We've got the roof going on. Come down, say good day.
I will.
And I'll give you a guided tour.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's great to see you.
And there we go.
Another foul ball.
Another foul. Bad luck.
That was huge.
Yeah,
Mate,
really
That
big
went
come
over
on.
the dog fence.
We've got to look at the statewide Super
That
replay
was
because
300 feet.
if that wasn't past the home run, I think she may have been ripped off here because
Yeah,
that
I
was
think it was
definitely
already in. Yeah.
over the line.
Yeah.
Foul ball. Neville Lawrence doesn't make many mistakes. He did make one last week,
Yeah.
but we're not
Yeah.
going to bring that up.
That's okay.
Belinda
He's
White,
human.
2 long foul balls. You know what comes after a long foul ball, don't you?
Oh.
Strike out. She knew it as well. Ella Forrester. Take a bow, Ella Forrester. You've just struck out Travelodge Aussie Spirit Vice Captain
Wow.
Belinda White. And she's
She would have
able to...
been very scared of that ball coming straight
Oh,
back at her face. So
absolutely.
wouldn't you?
Wow.
I'd center field those balls coming like.
Look at Jackie standing over there quite chuffed calling that one. No,
Yeah.
I'm-
Another victim for the umpires. Belinda White, a big one, a big name in the book for Jackie Crafter. Our very special guest is Georgia Bevin joining us. Mark, you don't look cold at all in the short
No.
sleeve.
No.
I'm
Very nice.
I'm freezing and I'm in the Kathmandu. Dan Waters is watching. He's one of the franchise owners of the
Yes.
Nairne Angels, so no doubt waiting patiently for the Angels to get back on the diamond. Dylan Hopgood, very young, a very good young men's softball players watching. Hi to Karen McAuliffe and the McAuliffe family. They're a very big name in softball in South Australia. Scott Feely's watching as well. Now, a couple of cheeky comments, guys. Where's the Green Hornet? Nick Green will be back in the commentary position, not available tonight.
there was a sale on chips and gravy, and I could not drag him away. So
Chippy Carpenter's watching from Harvey Bay. G'day to you as well. And Troy Purcell, you nearly got your wish. Belinda White's 2 long foul balls. They're all watching at home on Facebook. And the Vespers are up to number 5 in the order. That's Jordan Lee. She had a great game last game. She hit a home
very
run.
good.
Oh,
her
that's
first turn
exciting.
at bat and fully loaded. Tonight's her
awesome.
first night, and she hit a home run. And she also
That's
pitched
exciting.
for the Vespers as well. Yeah, I've given up on the scorecard as well.
yeah, I'm.
He just threw his hands up in the air for those playing along at home, and as I said, I can't sit still. I'm so cold.
It's
tonight.
pretty cold.
Can we go back to the draft?
Yeah.
I was fascinated because you said we all had to shoot off to Adelaide Oval that night.
No, literally like once he got picked up.
Jordan Lee smashes
Oh,
this to
great
centre
What a
field.
catch.
Very good catch,
Really
and
good
she's
catch.
running in the opposite direction, able to get the throw off in a hurry. That was Jackie
Schultz
Beale
home.
and centre field Cara Schultz scored on the sacrifice fly. So Jordan Lee's night continues with a great shot. Good coverage at centre field. You'd appreciate that as an outfielder.
Yes, very good catch.
Georgia. Zali Adams now up to bat for the Vespers. So they peg 1 run back. This is Ellie Georgiaris pitching for the Thunder.
This is what we love about the format of this game because you could be 4 runs down, and we were just saying this to Peppa Adkins before. In 4 runs in a normal game, you get a bit worried. How am I going to
Yeah.
get 4 runs back? Here, 1 swing,
Exactly.
you're back in it.
Well, with the Thunder started with Munro, and they've gone to Ellie Georgiaris to pitch in the 2nd inning. That says to me that the Thunder are saving their ace for the
Yeah.
Angels game. Steph Trzynski, who pitched against them last week, Georgia, she threw 5 pitches in 2 innings.
Jeez.
Yes, it doesn't really put in, Steph. So we thought that was a bit of a lazy effort.
Oh, it was, no, my apologies. 5 pitches in the 1st inning, and she gave up 2 runs, but still got 3 outs.
Yeah.
All right, that's why it was freaky. And then 3 up, 3 down the next inning. The only scoreless inning so far in this competition, and gave up
Impressive.
just 2 runs. So
She's a great pitcher.
oh, absolutely. And she's just shown off as well because she has been able to play at first base in the field, and also she has been hitting, and she's just been fantastic. She might very well be the one of the best complete players. She can hit, she can field, and she is South Australia's best pitcher. as well.
Definitely. Yeah. Great softball IQ as well. Can put her anywhere. I'm sure she'd be pretty good in the outfield too if you want to put her out there.
Oh, she want to play outfield, would she?
You can't see her out there.
Some positions are below some players. I know how important an outfielder is. Peyton
great piece of the
Daniels
ball.
smashes the
Good
ball.
stuff.
Yes, I was looking at you,
Oh.
Mark, as Peyton Daniels scores the runner from 3rd. The put out made at second base is Zali Adams. Let's watch the statewide Super replay. Peyton Daniels hit that ball. That's wet.
Really good
It's
stuff.
good play at second base from.
Not sure if her foot
almost
came
come
off.
off.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
her foot came off.
Don't try and take my
Close
job
call.
as well.
No.
All right.
Bringing all the statewide super special comments is Georgia Bevin.
Oh,
But Cameron gets beaten with
I
that
tell you what,
changer.
statewide super would get on board too. They'd get right
Yeah.
behind you, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they love that.
They love women in sport.
yeah. Very good sponsors of the SAMFL. Put a
And-
lot of money into us.
And of course, softball SA.
Yeah, yeah. Good crossover.
Very special thanks to Holly and Nicole at statewide super.
Oh, reaching out for that one.
Sophie Roberts will deny the Vespers any further runs in this inning, and they scored 2 and they pegged them back. However, they will be in charge going into the bottom half of the second innings. The Thunder, after putting 8 massive runs on in the first inning, we are back on screen here. So say hello to our very special guest, Georgia Bevin. If anyone's watching at home and wants to say hello to Georgia Bevin, please feel free to do so. Comment,
sure
like,
they don't know who I
and
am.
share. I've got to. Please do not think that, because we go worldwide, Georgia Bevin, and you are an absolute superstar. Look at that, AFLW Premiership player, former Stars representative, Glenelg Rebels Premiership softballer. You can read off my paper if you like. I want to know what your thoughts are of Fully Loaded. You've been able to see 1.5 innings of it. That's half a game.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the fast pace definitely makes it for better watching. Sometimes softball can drag out a little bit, so it's nice to have it sort of bang, 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 and people actually getting after the ball early and going for the big hits.
Well, we will see Sophie Roberts going for a big hit now, loaded bases. She's up against Zali Adams. Now, this one gets away from Peyton Daniels. A play at home, so that's Chloe Charlton, doesn't slide into home. She's home safely. That takes the force off, so the offense has a little bit of pressure taken off of them. It's full on straight away for both batting team and fielding team. Sophie Roberts, 1 ball. Zali Adams, foul ball on a running bunt attempt from Sophie Roberts. Now, Zali Adams hasn't actually pitched against the Thunder yet.
Okay.
She's their ace pitcher for the Vespers. She
Yep.
throws for the Sturt Falcons, and she's from Port Pirie. She's been on a junior Aussie squad tour to Mankato earlier in the year. That's in Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
Swing and miss. Great pitch from Zali Adams. And it's a strikeout. So
Yep.
first batter that she pitches against the Thunder is a strikeout. Now, Thunder have got the wood over the Vespers in this competition. Played twice, 2 wins to the Thunder, and there have been heavy losses as well, which has contributed to Thunder being top
Whoa,
of the
that
ladder.
sucks.
Leg that out.
This is an interesting battle right here. Zali Adams up against the hitter, Sarah Tonkin, their club teammates. Sarah Tonkin catches for Sturt Falcons, which allows...
She should be all over her then.
Yes, Travelodge Aussie Spirits, Vice Captain Belinda White to go to shortstop. She should be all over it. Let's see how these two go up against each other.
Laura Bond last week just said it how it was. Well, she should have been able to hit her. That's what I love. Great.
We did have Laura on as a guest commentator last week. We hope to have her back in the box as well next week.
I remember playing against Laura back in the day.
Swing and a miss, so back-to-back
Yeah.
strikeouts for Zali
I've been
Adams.
playing Agro for a long time. Like I said, it was a few years between premierships, so they were scraping the bottom of the barrel early on in my career.
You're a superstar early in your career as well, junior state representative. She's got good pedigree though, Mark. The
Oh, of
daughter
course.
of Aussie Spirit representative from, I don't want to give away her age too much, from the 70s maybe?
80s, I think,
From
actually.
the 80s?
Jesus,
Oh,
Jones.
Or maybe 70s.
Let's go
Late
with 80s.
70s,
Let's
yeah.
go with 80s and we'll all be happy.
Yeah.
I've been known to be
Including
wrong
Mum.
before. Now, Kay was known as Kay Gillespie when she
Yeah.
represented the Aussie Spirit. I don't even have that written down. Mark, you impressed with that?
Oh.
Mine?
I
And
think
then
you've only-
Heidi was also really a good softballer.
Well, you never gave me the opportunity,
Oh, sorry.
and your older sister, of course, Heidi, was the state representative as well at our highest level for the Stars, and then little baby Bevo
yeah,
comes
and my
along.
brother also played state baseball.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, how about that?
We might just go and take a break. You can.
Go do your homework, guys. Come on.
To be honest with you, I didn't even know who you are until
Yeah,
about 5 minutes.
exactly. That doesn't surprise me. I rock up on Saturdays and I don't know half the little kids coming up and they have no idea who I am either, so it's good. No expectations.
Ellie Georgiaris, the hitter for the green machine here, the Thunder.
That's well placed.
Handed slap is going to go off the foot of Zali Adams and past second base Jesse Keach, who was trying to back up that play and get a chance to play up the middle. It is unfortunate for the Vespers. 2 runs across the plate. Let's have a look at the statewide super replay. Wow.
Well placed hit.
That is so good from Ellie Georgiaris, because the 2 batters before her were both strikeout victims for Adams, and both in the Stars squad as well, Sophie Roberts and then Sarah Tonkin, for an under-18s representative to come along, put the ball into play, and that's what you have to do in the game of softball. Foul ball from Jess Neves, and a couple of runs have scored, or 3 runs have scored in this inning for the Thunder so far, so they extend their lead out to 5. And they will still get the last chance to bat in fully loaded softball. Georgia, I'll just let you know that if you're in front and the second team to bat, you keep batting until the 3rd out, because the more runs you score and the higher your winning margin, the more points you score on the ladder. So,
are you good at math?
Oh, no, it's not my strong point.
Okay, we may need to get somebody else in here, because James is trying to work out the points for and against, the bonus points, the wins, the losses.
No.
And we all got confused.
When I read it off the paper, I thought, yeah, that's easy. And then when you try to explain it, it just feels like I'm talking in another language. Strike, a swing and a miss. The throw still has to be made across to first, and a good play, a good out made by the Vespers. They gave up just the 3 in that inning to give them the best opportunity to put a couple more runs on the board. Just Neves on the statewide super replay. So 3 strikeouts for Zali Adams in that inning. And the Vespers are probably thinking, why haven't we thrown Zali a little more against the Thunder? All right, Georgia Bevin joining us here. I've said Georgia Bevin 100 times. Check out my Instagram page. Georgia Bevin's on my story already. And I'm so stoked to have you by our side.
It's nice to be here. It's great to be back.
It's absolute celebration of women's sport at the moment. The women's Big Bash is on, and the AFLW is just around the corner. The new season, Crows have won 2 premierships, which is fantastic. Women's Baseball League has recently been announced. There's a national competition, so they'll have an exhibition of that.
Yeah, and the Matilda.
And Spacequake Sports are going to broadcast the women's baseball as well. So it's absolutely.
And don't forget to mention the netball team that I coach just got put up to Division 2. The girls.
I'm sure it's all your coaching skills.
Year 5 netball.
Yeah,
Lily would be a player in that.
Lily's a player in that.
She was our back girl for the first
You also forgot that the Matildas now are getting equal pay. The Socceroos.
You should.
I was absolutely stoked to hear that equal pay across all sports.
Well, they're much better than them, to be honest.
For national teams.
They're winning more games at the moment.
Yeah, they're much more exciting to watch
They
as
should
well.
almost do a pay for win ratio, and then the men will be complaining.
Yeah,
but let's keep it even, and let's just see how we go from there.
For sure.
Let's go to the action. The statewide super replay. A nice little play from Erin Stone there to beat out that play. The fielder's choice was made a camera force out at second, but a run scored and across the plate, so the margin down to 4. This is Araha Munro back, so she pitched the first, then we saw Ellie Georgiaris and back to Araha for the third. So interesting tactics here put on by the Thunder.
Whoa.
That's a good pitch.
Yeah.
Hayley Benithan, the batter.
Would have had a crack at that, I think.
So Georgia Bevin is giving great special comments here. She hit a home run in her first game back on this diamond in, did you say 3 years away from the sport?
It was that diamond, actually.
I was on the backfield.
Yeah.
That's one harder to hit on that diamond.
It's good to know.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're talking it up without even knowing.
You hit into the wind.
Yeah, it was actually really windy.
Hayley Benithan started off this competition just the same as her teammate Jordan Lee did, with a home run, her first turn at bat, and
Fun
She
little
went-
fact, we actually box together on a Thursday morning.
With Hayley
Yeah.
Jonathan. How about that? She
Yeah,
gets a walk on this
works
occasion.
really hard. She's been doing it all through winter.
Oh,
So no
what-
doubt her softball's improved because of her extra fitness she's been putting in.
That's fantastic
Wow.
insight, and thank you for sharing that with
Whereabouts
us.
do you
'cause
do that?
Hayley, well, because Hayley's quite achiever.
Yeah, definitely.
And she wouldn't tell you, but I'm going to. She played 3 games in 3 days
Yes.
and hit 3 home runs.
Yeah.
Cara Schultz reaches for this one. A play for home and a double play
Oh,
attempt is
there
made
you
by
go.
the Thunder to end the inning
Fantastic.
and deny the Vespers.
We got to catch that on the Spacequake Super replay. Keep your eye on the Travelodge Aussie Spirit Vice Captain Belinda White at the bottom of your screen. She just fires this off, and look at the dust come flying out of the glove. That was a great play.
Awesome play. I was in
Yeah.
awe. I'm watching my screen here, and then the camera comes on us. I'm like, great play, Belinda White, and we've got a result. The Thunder have won, and so the Vespers really need to reduce the damage to give them the best opportunity to score a point, because if you lose by less than 4, you score 1
Okay,
point, and that's
so
the
they could
margin at the
come back.
moment. Well, they need 3 up, 3 down without giving up
Yep.
a run,
Yeah.
which has been pretty tough because you don't get any warm-up pitches in fully loaded softball, and there's been a couple of pass balls
Yeah.
already. Let's have a quick look at social media because I saw Larissa Burke. Bevo, great to see you back, is from the Glenelg Rebels family. Craig Robinson says hi.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Bevo,
lovely.
good to see you back. So, Troy Purcell, the Crows are full of musos. Who's the best singer in the team? He said question
Jenna
mark.
McCormick was
Heidi.
actually really good.
Jenna McCormick. And the best guitar player would
Yeah.
have to be Rachel.
Yes.
Rachel
yeah,
Killian?
she was a great guitar player.
The Killer? She's my cousin.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, really?
Rachel Killer Killian. I love it. And wow, what a cannon from Scott Watson made that comment on Belinda White. Great throw and good comment from Scott Watson there. Hi to D. Anderson. I'm still talking on social media. Let's get back to the action. We can see a pull of the ball. This is Jackie Beale, who was in the
Batting
left-handed
right-handed.
box last time we saw her. She's batting
Showing her
right-handed this time.
diversity. Bad luck.
Swing and a miss, so 4 batters and 4 strikeouts for Zali Adams. Or 4 outs, I should say. She gave up a couple of runs on the Ellie Beale shot. This
So
is Indigo back to Silver. Thank you, Mark.
Must be an echo in here.
Oh,
Didn't have a play at home, Zali Adams, and
gee
then
whiz.
has the composure just to wait for second base player Jesse Keach to get across and then completes the out. So a run does score. Let's watch the statewide super replay. Call it for us here, Georgia. You thought it may have been
Yeah.
safe?
She may have been up in the air and then came down at the
Yeah.
same time, but I don't know. He's been involved in a couple. He may have got them both right.
Never know. Hard job umpiring.
That it is. Underappreciated and overpaid. I mean, sorry. I mean,
Could be.
Chloe Charlton, a hitter for the Thunder. Jess Neves on second. And did Indigo Beckner Silva go over to run for the Thunder? That might
must
be.
have been.
That
She
might be
did.
Simi Dhaliwal, actually.
It is Simi Dhaliwal, number 6.
The designated runner for this team. She hasn't been able to get in the action too much so far this game, so no doubt we'll see her in action against the Nairne Angels up next. Right here, fully loaded softball action. It's going to be a huge clash because both teams have got a win this evening. The Thunder have won this game. It's just by a matter of how much now. You put a run up for the Vespers, Dave. It was a run to the Thunder, so it's 7-12. And we will see Angels take on the
Thunder.
Thunder next game for a battle for top spot.
And we were just saying at the start of the night that the Vespers had the wood over the Angels. 2 games head-to-head. The Angels got up.
No, it's
Next
exciting.
game, Thunder. The Angels have got the wood over the Thunder for 2 games. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, Jessie Dresick still has 1 inning left that she can pitch for the night.
Oh,
Steph
they're limited.
Trzynski.
I think I missed that fact.
Steph Trzynski has not been seen. So I'm suggesting that they're saving Steph for the game against the Angels. And yeah, Georgia, we just put a rule in place because we've got national championship preparations in place for our open women's and under 18 girls.
Yeah, of course.
And so with the number of pitches that we've got in each squad, we put a rule into place that it's a maximum of 2 innings per game or 3 innings for the night with a maximum of 2 innings per game.
Okay.
So so that's just one of the rules of our comp. Neve Adams up against sister Zali Adams. This is a huge battle one. Maybe, David, you can record this one because I'm sure Justin and Justina will be watching this one again with the girls on their trip home to Port Pirie. Zali Adams, the oldest of 3 sisters. Neve Adams is in the 18s and the under 16s team.
So playing with her in the under 18s.
Yes, that's right.
That's great.
And Hallie Adams, the younger
Nice
sister.
piece of the ball.
Right field shot, opposite field. Zali Adams has been hit by younger sister Neve for a 2-run shot.
I'm going to ask a question. Did that come off the foot of the runner as she left first base, or did that just get a hop?
Statewide Super Replay might show it here.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I don't
Good
know
question.
if we could get a zoom
Closer?
angle of that. I don't know. Belinda White up to that 3rd time for the game. Up against club teammate Zali Adams. 7 runs the margin now for in favour of the Thunder. 7 runs would give them, guys, 4 points for winning this game. Takes off on the pitch.
Good to
to
pick
second
up.
base player
Oh.
Jessie Keach, who has to change her mind for the out at first, and that'll do it. Belinda White out twice in one game. That's the big news.
I don't believe it.
Me neither, but it was the Thunder that ran out victorious in this game, and we will have an opportunity to talk this over. We'll have a short turnaround between games, so Georgia will be on screen for quite a while, and thanks for sticking around with us. We're going to see if we can try and get Hayley Benithan in, but I don't want you to go too far. Let's have a look. Statewide Super Replay. Enhanced shot from the crew here.
No, it did pop up
look
though.
at it because her heel was
That was
quite
a great
close.
pickup, Mark, because it must have just hit a little divot in the ground, and it made it look like it came off the back foot of the base runner. Great angle from our Spacequake Sports crew, the best in the business, but we're not into self-promotion here.
No.
But
Just
David,
your building business? What was it again?
I work for Sarah Constructions.
Okay, correct.
Come down, have a look at the new building. More than happy to take you through. And as an old president and as a former AFLW player, you can come and have a look at the new change rooms. It's a fantastic facility.
Yeah, some really good funding going into that. The obviously the state government, and then I think the Australian
Marion City
government.
Council
they
threw in a
matched
fair
it.
bit.
Yeah,
Although
so
they topped it up a fair bit. And the
good.
government, the Women in Sport funding that came out. So they did very well, and it's a fantastic facility. The Oval has been realigned.
Oh, that's good. The old pasty that
the pasty is
no
gone.
longer.
I'm devastated about the pasty. I'm partial to a pasty. It's now gone back to SANFL standard. Oval realignment, extended it out. Looks fantastic. You have to come down.
Amazing to hear. They're the roos, aren't they?
They are the Morpheville roos.
But they're orange and
Twisties.
red.
Red and yellow. Red and yellow, aren't they?
Well,
Yeah,
look at
red
the
and
wind.
yellow.
I'm going to turn that over. We've asked you all the questions that I've prepared, but Georgia, I must admit, I didn't do too much preparation because I've followed your career a fair bit. Being a Glenelg Rebels family member myself, a few premierships with the men's team, helped out the women's team for half a year when our friends Elena and Suze visited from the Netherlands. Yeah, very good memories. Katie Bartlett, another close friend of ours as well. You know, so it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here because to me, like you're one of the greats.
Oh, that's very kind.
An amazing softballer.
So beautiful.
a great female athlete in your own right as an AFLW Premiership player.
Yeah.
And you just showed the talent that you have in multiple sports. You come back, you hit a home run in a return season from 3 years, and it's so good to have you.
We're going to get you to come out to Glenunga, run around with the kids. What do you reckon? Yes,
why not?
There you go. You've said yes to everyone playing at home.
Locked in now. Locked in.
We're in the Sturt zone.
Yeah, okay. No worries. I think actually, is that for under 18s?
No. I said come out to training.
Oh,
All the girls running
training,
out.
right,
Come out,
'cause-
just make a special guest appearance.
Yeah, right.
No cash. Just come out.
No cash, what are you talking about? Glenunga's probably one of the richest clubs, haven't they? They got Mark Rasciuto and
Well, I
Dale
think
Lewis.
CJ
and,
from the Crows is coming to coach their under 18s
They
this year.
do. Yeah, they do a very, very good job out there, and and good on them. They've grown very, very well.
Eastern suburbs. Whereabouts are you living now? Oh, no, don't say that when you're on the air. Let's
Close by.
Okay, everyone
Close
tune
by.
off.
Well, while we're talking about on air and the live stream, in the break between games, we get the opportunity to say hello to everyone who's watching at home. So I was just mentioning Dee Anderson before, part of the Travelodge Aussie Spirit coaching group. She was in town for round 1 of Fully Loaded Softball, and I had a chance to catch up to her. Hi to Dee Anderson. She's a bit of a legend in sport as well. She's a mentor and a mental coach for a lot of our great athletes. She doesn't like to talk about it too much because she's quite modest, kind of like you are, Mark. Carla's watching. She would have been watching Araha, so good day to Carla. Matty Matchkey's a name, a blast from the past for Port Adelaide for the last few years, so hi to Matty. And Andy Stuckey's watching from Europe.
Wow.
He could be in Switzerland, he could be in Belgium, and so we say
Covering
g'day
the
to
globe.
Andy as well. So if you're watching at home, say g'day. Perfect opportunity to say hello straight back to you. Thanks for sticking around. We're in between games. The next game up is the Nairne Angels versus the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder. Now we're very grateful for our franchise owners. They put their hand in their pocket and they've paid for this tournament to happen, this competition to happen, so the players don't have to.
That's excellent.
Which is fantastic. Bob Burns Blinds, MC Sportswear, Statewide Super, CBS, Mind Lab, West Beach Parks. You can see their sign behind us here, West Beach Parks.
Very well positioned.
Great place to come stay and play. I can see another franchise owner. Let's get him over here. Franchise owner from the Nairne Angels. Let's call him
We're
over.
making a swap?
No, he
Come
doesn't.
over.
Okay.
Come over, Daniel. Here's the president and franchise owner of the MFSA Nairne Angels.
You stay put.
Okay.
I'm going to make way so I can stretch the legs.
Okay.
You want to?
I'm more than happy to for Daniel to pop in. You ask him a couple of questions here. I'll stretch the legs. Daniel, make your way over. We just want to have a quick chat to you about
there, Georgia.
the format of the game and how you as a franchise owner, the president of the Nairne Angels, see it. So take your seat.
All right, thanks for coming in to join us. Mark's going to stretch his legs, and we're going to speak with Dan Waters, who's one of the team behind the Nairne Angels. You're on screen, Dan, just over there to the camera. And look, thanks for joining us. You're the first of the 3 franchise owners that we're going to have on the broadcast. Next week, we're going to try and get the Vespers owners, the Scoots Cafe West Beach, Haley and Farris. I was talking to them today, and the best coffee in West Beach, by the way. Scoots
Might have
Cafe
to give
West
them a
Beach.
visit.
And they were talking about coming out, and I said, I thought you might have come out already. She said, well, the first week was too cold. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know that. Don't worry. So franchise owners, and we'll get Grant and Rosin from the MC Thunder. So welcome to you, Dan Waters.
Thank you, James. Great to be here.
Just got to put this up a little bit closer to your face there, Dan. Why do you want to get involved in this concept?
I think it's a great opportunity to promote the brand that we've created, Nairne Angels, and it's great to help out the female side of the sport as well. We've been around. We know a few of the girls, and it's just great to give back to them as well. So
now, just to give a little bit of insight into the Angels. It started out as a masters team, and then started representing the men's fast pitch, which is the men's league here in Adelaide, and they joined forces. And so it's more than just the master side of things now, branched out into the fully loaded softball, and picked up your first women's team. Dan, tell me, how many people have approached you to start a female Nairne Angel side?
quite a few actually. There's been a lot of the girls that have I've known over the years that were really looking forward to being a part of the Nairne Angels, and and getting the girls out on the diamond in the Angels uniform. So it's great to see them out here tonight, and
So
there's some great players out there.
is this the first of many Nairne Angels teams that we might see pop up, or?
I'm hoping so. It's great to see them out there, and it'd be good to give an opportunity too to some of the other girls and some of the other guys as well to be a part of it as well. So spread the love.
Now, we just saw you wave on camera, Georgia. You were waving to a good friend of ours, Sophie Hoyle, a former teammate of yours at Glenelg.
Still a teammate at Sturt, so it's nice to be able to still play with her.
Of course, yes,
Yeah.
Sturt Footy Club.
Yeah.
Of course. There you
And
go.
I heard, Bevo, you were out playing the other week, were you?
Yeah.
It's good to
so
see you back out in the
I
diamond.
decided 2 weeks ago that I'll make a comeback. So I'm 3 games in, I think, 2 games in.
We've
Good to have you
mentioned
back.
We've mentioned it a couple of times. You hit a home run.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Should
Second
be
one
out
of my
here.
life.
Just only a second. There you go. Hey, Pedro. Pedro's watching online. Have the games finished? Not yet. We've got 1 game to go. We play 3 games a night here. Fully loaded softball. It's the Angels versus the Thunder to come. We've seen 2 games already. The Angels beat the Vespers, and then the Thunder beat the Vespers. They've played 3 times. This is week 3. The Vespers have gone down to the Thunder all 3 weeks. They've got a winning record against the Angels, though 2 wins, and tonight was suffered their first loss. So this is effectively top of the table clash between the Thunder and the Angels, just about to come up. So g'day to Pedro. Where are you watching from, Pedro? I want to know where you're watching from. Say g'day to us. Georgia Bevin, Dan Waters joining us. Franchise owner. How does that make you feel? Is there is there a sense of importance about it? Are you happy to be a franchise owner, or is
yeah.
that more for Mark to have that next to his name?
I just feel really proud to be involved in it. Just to see them out there, and it's been a dream for a long time since probably 15, 16-year-old boys out there playing state softball, and to have the dream come true and to see the guys out there and now to help out and have the girls involved as well is just amazing. Very proud.
Awesome. Pedro's watching from Sydney. G'day, Pedro. Reen Smolders has joined the coverage. He's watching from the Netherlands. Stick around, Reen. We have got some great action. A good friend of yours, Jordan Lambert's about to take the field for the Nairne Angels. Teammate of mine at a European Cup. Thanks very much for that one. The Thunder have just taken the field. So, look, Dan Waters, thank you so much for joining us. To me, mate, you're a hero to bring softball to so many people. You were the first team franchise owner. You jumped at the opportunity to be a part of it, and it's for the love of the game as well. And we love that. We love that about you. Just give us a quick one. What's your favourite thing, or what have you liked about this format of the game?
I think just the fast pace. It's not like a normal game. There's always something happening. To see a few bombs over the fence is always good too. But just the action, I think like the 2020 cricket, just the action, good for the supporters. Great to have big crowds in.
Yeah.
And just exciting for the supporters to watch. Action happening all the time.
No worries. All right, the camera is now on the action, so I am going to take some liberties here. Would you mind taking a selfie of us 3? Well, I'll get Mark to take the photo. All right, apologies to everyone at home while I sort out my social media. And let's go to the action here. Looks like Chelsea Robinson's going to kick things off for the Angels at the top of the first inning. You are amazing, you know that. Thank you, Georgia, for helping me out there. Steph
The old
Trzynski.
millennials helping out.
Steph Trzynski will kick things off for the Thunder. And we can see that Chelsea Robinson's the lead-off hitter for the Angels in this game.
Morgan Young looks very warm out there in my jacket tonight. Hopefully he remembers it next week. Chelsea Robinson's had a great, been playing well for the Angels the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, she's a great batter. Consistent.
Yeah.
Hit a couple of home runs already for the Angels, and we're only into week 3. Now, these two players were teammates in the Junior Aussie Spirit a few years ago. The same year they won a national championship for South Australia, the last national championship we won. As she pulls that one foul. Well, Trzynski is going to get on with her work here. She's got
Nice
Chelsea
hit.
Robinson, one swing of the bat. It's a grand slam home
Great
run.
piece.
Great lead off for the Nairne Angels. Zoe Young crosses the plate. Mackenzie Ween was the runner on second, scores. In comes the third run, touching the plate, and
Interesting
Chelsea
celebration.
Robinson, the halo celebration. So congratulations to Nairne Angels lead off. And wow, what a great shot. And thank you so much for joining us, Dan. I'm so pleased to have you here. We might get you to join us maybe in a couple of weeks. We'll give some other franchise owners the opportunity. Do you want to say hello to anyone before you vacate for our next guest?
No, great to be here, James. Thanks for having me. I've really been enjoying the commentary team and everything that they put towards the games that we watch.
Thanks a lot, Dan. It means a lot to hear that from one of our franchise owners, Dan Waters.
Growl.
Lambert
Dropping in.
hits it out to
Oh,
the right
almost.
side, just out of reach of the right fielder.
I think she was back sitting on the fence, waiting for it to go over.
Let's, as we see on screen, Chelsea Robinson waving the wings, and the halo goes up for the Angels players. 4-run shot. So Jordan Lambert's aboard for the Angels. Yep, there was the right fielding to go back to Silver. Fielding deep, she is on the line, as she is for the new hitter, which is Peppa Adkins in the left-handed box. Lambert takes off first pitch and takes on the catcher. Safe is the call, slides in hard with very good friend Belinda White, former housemates, part of the North Plimpton crew. There's plenty of them out there, the North Plimpton residents. Pippa Adkins in the box, had the hit and run on her there, and she'll get a swing on this pitch from Steph Trzynski. Who's catching? Is that Neve Adams? Neve Adams catching. We've got the lineups here, but I seem to put them away after the first game. Statewide Super Replay shows the stolen base from Lambert, running now in scoring position for Adkins, and bunt attempt. She didn't pull back in time. It was high and out of the zone for a called strike. Okay, it was Dan Waters that has made way for our next special guest commentator. They're coming thick and fast tonight, I tell you. This young lady was mentioned in the last game. Sparring partner of yours.
Yes.
Hayley Benithan from the Vespers, Scoots Cafe Vespers. Hayley Benithan, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, James.
Just get you to put the microphone just up right in front of your mouth there for us. Pippa Adkins strikes out looking.
Great pitch.
Steph Trzynski is just right on the money there. She gave up a grand slam home run to the first
She
batter.
won't be happy about that.
Oh,
for sure.
tell her it should be dark. She'd be very dirty.
She's going to strike everyone else out now.
Well,
Just watch.
she's got her work cut out for her, because up to bat now
Of
is
course.
Sophie Hoyle.
Expect this to go over.
She's called it early. Gets after this one. A foul is high in foul territory for Sophie Roberts. Just gets a glove to her. She's going to take on Jordan Lambert. Is going to fall short here, and Sarah Tonkin completes the play. What a heads-up play from Sophie Roberts. Takes a catch in foul territory. Jordan Lambert tried to catch her napping and took off on the catch, and camera angle. Oh, look at the action. And the out was made. The reverse angle here, we'll see it. Jordan Lambert has to back, tag up. Camera operator was never in the way there, but what a great play from Sophie Roberts. But I'm giggling.
I don't think he realised he was in the way either.
Can we get a shot of the camera operator from one of our other camera operators? The field cameraman is in just a great spot at the first bait coach's box. Hayley, here, have a look at that replay. Our on-field camera
Wouldn't
operator.
see better coverage anywhere else.
awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrific. Now, Hayley, geez, we've hardly got to you. A tough night for the Thunder. 2 losses.
Vespers. Come on, James.
Vespers. I've lost it.
You might as well leave now. We can take over.
I'll leave it to you. Go for it. Tough night. I'll lead you in. You can take it from here. Go.
No, that's okay. You keep going.
Tough night for the Vespers tonight. A loss to the Thunder. A loss to the
Can you
Angels.
do that in this?
Yes, it is in the rules of fully loaded softball. She
Not in
has
the
been
spirit of the
intentionally
game.
walked previously in this competition. And how's this for a tactic for the Nairne Angels with loaded bases? They've intentionally walked Belinda White for Sophie Roberts. So absolute good lineup tactics here to keep Sophie Roberts protecting the Thunder lineup. Hayley, join us in for the conversation at all. Oh, my apologies for calling you a different team name before.
It's all good.
And is that a tactic that you'd consider, walking the champ, Belinda White?
I mean, she's been hitting pretty well, so
Maybe not so intentionally.
maybe if there was a spot for her on the base path, but I don't know.
Good pitch.
59k change up from Jenny Gray. Now,
She was pretty happy about that. She
She
gave
was.
herself a little clap.
I saw that. And Hayley, did you face Jenny Gray earlier tonight?
No, I didn't actually.
Another change
sure.
up, but smashed by Sophie Roberts. 1 run will score. The runner from second is going to try to score. Play at home. Gets away from catcher Zoe Young. Belinda White's going to try to score. Jenny Gray's covering home, and Belinda White's going to be caught short.
Missed tag.
She has missed the tag, and the run scores. Belinda White was able to
I think she
evade the
was
tag.
aiming to get home after they intentionally walked her then. Bit of vengeance.
And the Thunder have just put 4 on the board off the Sophie Roberts single. 1 run scored on the intentional walk, 2 runs crossed the plate on the hit, and on the wild throw, Belinda White crossed the plate, and the tag was not laid from Jenny Gray covering home, and Belinda White ties up the ball game. So bang, just like that, 4 all. The intentional walk didn't pay off. Sophie Roberts standing on third. There's none out, and Sarah Tompkins up to bat. Good change up from Jenny Gray. Obvious tactic here for the Angels battery. Great camera angle from the Spacequake sports crew. Hayley,
Good
what
call by
are
the
your
umpire.
thoughts on the base running? You just got to be aggressive, don't you? And that's what Bell White was.
Definitely do.
Call the play for us, Hayley.
Oh,
Backhand play from Chelsea Robinson at shortstop. I put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Sophie Roberts dived back to third.
Yeah.
Check the runner at third. Sophie Roberts dove back. Good call there, Hayley. And then fires it across for the first out. Sarah Tompkins caught short.
Up to bat we have Kelsey Barker.
Very good on the ball.
Making a first appearance for the night for the Thunder. They tied you guys up, didn't they?
She's been swinging a good bat in
Play at
A-grade.
home here.
Oh.
This is a tag out made by
She got caught
Zoe
there by
Young.
luck.
Yeah, she took off on the
Yeah.
hit. Good play from Chelsea Robinson, because we may have thought she might have tried to just make the out at first. The camera angle there from the statewide super Spacequake sports crew. Bill White may have even missed home plate.
Yeah.
Is that what the angle was for? You think she just got it from producer extraordinaire. That change up comes in at 55. Let's have a look at another look.
Yeah, just.
She did. She just scraped. So a good angle there from the crew. Plenty's happened since then, though, David. The out was made at home, so 2 outs are now. It's 4 runs have scored, because Sophie Roberts was out attempting to get home on the Kelsey Barker shot to shortstop. It is a tied ball game. It's 4 all here in the bottom of the first. Runner on first base. Just Neves up to bat with 2 outs. Jenny Gray getting the job done for the Angels.
Oh,
just
bad
clips her
luck.
glove, and that just took Chelsea Robinson off the line of the ball. She nearly had a play. Jenny Gray had no choice but to try to stop that ball from getting past her. Statewide super replay.
They're always the unfortunate ones, flicking off.
Yeah, tough play, but good attempt from both Jenny Gray and Chelsea Robinson. The left-handed batter's box is Jackie Bill. Had some success from the left side in the last game against the Vespers.
There we go.
Hayley, you had a good view of that. Were you catching or are you at centre field
I
for
was
that game?
at centre field.
Centre field for the Thunder game, catching against the Angels.
Great
Lays down a
good
bunch.
placement.
The
Oh,
field
she's
is
in.
back.
Oh, bad luck.
Throw nearly gets away from the third base player, Mackenzie Ween, but good fielding from second base, Jordan Lambert. Jackie Beale is safely aboard, loading the bases for another left-handed batter. Indigo back to Silver. Now, Thunder have had the Angels measure so far in this competition. Played twice already for 2 wins, the Thunder. This one's
Oh.
going to go foul, and
That's
Mackenzie
almost
doesn't have a
a
play
bit of
there.
obstruction there from that runner on third. Getting in the way of the catch. Neville was questioning it.
Obviously, no harm there for the runner, Kelsey Barker on third. Now, Hayley, fast-paced game. We haven't had a chance to get to. You caught game 1. You played centre field in game 2. Is it hectic in the outfield in this, or is it a little bit more relaxed than catching?
It's definitely more relaxed in the outfield. Catching with the pitch clock at 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Ground ball to Mackenzie Ween. She's got to come in running. Back to Silva with the wheels from the left-handed batter's box is safely aboard an RBI single. Mackenzie Ween, it was in a good position. She charged it. She made a good play, but the run crossed the plate. Statewide Super Replay. Hayley, do you get an opportunity to watch the opposition much at all when you're on diamond? You know, I know you take notice of what's happening in the game, but do you notice who's been a good player for the opposition? My point is, your very good friend Mackenzie Ween has been
Yes.
lighting it up. Have you noticed?
And she's been doing well. I think she's normally considered an outfielder, so
Good to see her in the infield getting an opportunity.
she's having some fun, I reckon.
Change up from Jenny Gray, 57 Ks. The reason why I mention it is because last week she was on fire. Ground rule double, grand slam home run. This today against you.
bad
Change
luck.
up from Jenny Gray will get the batter swinging for the third out. Thunder will finish the first inning ahead of the Angels, 5 runs to 4. I was just mentioning Mackenzie Ween against you guys tonight, another couple of hits, so she's just been on fire.
She's doing well.
Yeah, we'll see her in the lineup coming up to bat very soon for the Angels in this inning. I've got Georgia Bevin, I've got Hayley Benithan, special guest commentators. It's been an absolute thrill to have you, Georgia. Hayley, have you ever, you may have been a bit too young to have played against Georgia. Did you come up against her?
I don't think so.
No.
Perhaps not.
Just
Former
a-
Stars representative, Glenelg A-grade premiership player and AFLW premiership player with the Crows in the inaugural
Just with the
season.
gloves on.
Georgia Bevin, absolutely sensational multi-sport player, and Hayley Benithan is making a debut for the Stars this year.
Awesome work.
And a state under 23 representative, state under 19s, state under 17s.
Playing some baseball too?
Yes.
Yeah.
And some baseball as well. Well, birthday girl, Regan Lambert up to bat. She is facing Kelsey Barker, so a pitching change from the Thunder. I'm going to let you call the action, Georgia, so
Sure.
I can stretch the legs, and we're going to bring him back in.
I'd be over the
Mark
running
Grant.
bunt here, just in case.
Definitely quick on her feet.
Yep. Just shuffling around here if you can hear any noises.
Hello everybody, and wow, what have I missed? 4-5.
Very exciting game so far. Oh, we're a bit tangled.
No, that's all right. Now they're playing the short game. I've noticed just the Thunder. They're just playing a little bit of a short
Just getting
game.
into play.
Well, the run comes home there on the ball 4, and Angels tied up 5-all. Now there's a bit of a ploy. This is a different tactic from the Thunder in this game. Not belting away, just playing the short game as this one gets pushed over.
Sometimes just got to force the error, get into play.
Well, the run scores on that play. The Bell White holds it up and doesn't roll the double. She's got a cannon of an arm. And that gets it now 6-5. Hayley, we were saying before, now I don't know if James mentioned this because I wasn't listening, but you do a little bit of boxing as well, is that right? Have we
Yeah,
talked
at
about
a-
that already? Or
At a Ruta on South Road Crossroad intersection.
Very good, Jim.
Shout out to Aruda
Yeah.
and Wazza.
Yeah.
And just getting your fitness up.
Sure am.
We've been talking.
Oh,
Wow.
awesome footwork.
Brings home the run. And missed the bag. Missed the bag there.
So the run scores and the
Run
no
scores
out.
and no out, yes.
Probably not the best outcome from a 1-3 split.
No, missed the bag, missed the tag, missed everything. Now we've been talking you up. Oh, she pushes. I don't have time to have a chat here. As that goes out and makes the out and the runner tags and stays there. Now, Harley, quickly, I'm going to say this. We've said this multiple times over the last couple of weeks. 3 games, 3 home runs, softball, baseball, then softball.
Yeah.
That was a good weekend. Good 3 games.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And then you came out and fully loaded, and I think you laced a triple or a double. We were thinking you were going to go 4 from 4. How are you finding the format? I'm loving it. You seem to be embracing it. It's
very
you.
quick pace. I love it. I don't have time to think. I very much overthink, so it's pretty.
I'm
good.
with you there, Hayley.
Yeah. Well, that's good for those overthinkers because you don't get that chance to overthink. You just get it and get it done, and it's out. Well, that's side away, and the Thunder are down by 2. I think. There we go. Hello, everybody. I'm in the wrong spot now. For you,
Now you got to awkwardly look away every time it comes on.
Exactly. Well, this is panning out to be a good game. I say for the Angels because the Thunders, I think, have won by at least 8 or 9 runs each time they face. So they're keeping it together here. This is a different sort of format. Tonight, it's a different variety. Like you guys, Vespers had the wood over the Angels for 2 games, the first 2. And they got back on you tonight. What was it? Was it a different tactic? Was it a different ploy? Did they just play better? Did you guys not go out swinging? What was the difference in the game tonight?
Both games didn't feel like we were behind. Our teams gelled very well. We're having good fun, and it just felt good out there on the diamond.
We've been
having
saying
some good cuts at good pitches, and
you're never out of it. You can score 4, 5, 6 runs.
Yeah, you sure can.
Like that, and that's so good about this.
it definitely doesn't feel like you're behind in the game, especially even 5, 6 runs. You wouldn't know.
You see all the coaches now, they're starting to sort of get tactics involved. It's the 3rd week, you know, it's their 8th game or something like that. Or 6th game, sorry. They're starting to use some, that's a foul ball. They're starting to use tactics like they're using their change of pace pitches.
Yeah.
They're changing up some of the girls the way that they bat. They don't slog away now. They're playing the short
Looking
game.
for double plays.
Yeah.
100%. And they're putting that sort of like slow pace pitch in to dribble the ball out to create that double play. And whereas in the first couple of weeks, it was home run, fence.
Yep.
Look, you know, everyone's thinking, 180 feet, that's, not that far. Well, I'm talking to 2 girls that hit bombs, so it's not far for you, I suppose. But
I'd be very happy to see a fence at that distance, that's for sure.
yeah.
You wouldn't be the only one.
Yeah. Make your job pretty hard as an outfielder, just having to stand there and hope for the best.
And we've got the 4 umpires out there. As of last week, we had the 4 umpires out there. So one runs out to try and track whether it was to roll through, stand up double, or it goes over. Which in the in the pass ball, and the runner comes home.
Good running by Jackie Beale.
Well, they get the 1 back, so makes it 7-6 in the bottom of the 2, and runners at 2nd and 3rd now for the Thunder.
Oh, it's good pitch.
Close.
And Jenny Gray pitched, I think it was only 1 innings or 2 innings in the last, or the second game. I think it was only 1 inning. She came in after Jessie. And the change of pace really mixed it up against you guys.
50 k's an hour?
Yeah, she really mixed it up against the Vespers, didn't it? And that sort of just threw a spanner in the works. And it's working again now.
Yeah, Jessie got me on a couple of change-ups today.
Yeah, they're really actually quite challenging to hit. I've always found it quite difficult to hit slower pitches.
Well, here she is again on deck. I think they just sub her in every time there's a loaded base.
Yeah.
She seems to find her way.
Yeah, good timing. Oh, wow. I wouldn't be putting it up higher.
That battle between her and Ella was a good one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pitches there.
Yeah, and Ella got her in the end there, didn't
Yeah,
she?
she
That's
did.
a good scalp. Yeah, I'd pitch
Keep
around her.
Yeah, keep it low.
Yeah, but we've seen her hit them high.
Oh, of
we've seen her
course, yeah.
scoop it out in front.
Yeah. Gets it from the ankles. That's a big golf swing.
Yeah, golf and cricket.
Yeah.
How do the up? I've got another pass ball here as the Thunder come through for the play at home, and and that ties it up 7-all. Bell won't be happy about that. It's only a runner at 2nd and 3 now. How does having the players like Jordan Lambert, Maddie Cameron, Bell White, all playing with these up-and-coming juniors that don't have the opportunity to play A grade with them? I know you do, but there it is. It's
See ya.
over.
There goes the glove in the air.
Regan almost got that. That was actually quite close.
Well, in normal softball, isn't that an automatic 3 bases when you throw it up or something like that?
There's something like that,
Yeah,
yes.
it can't leave your hand.
Oh, look at them all taking photos. Is that what they're doing?
Strutting.
And why wouldn't you? After you just hit one, that was a good 200 feet, I reckon, 220 feet. It
Someone
almost
might need
went
to come
over.
and grab the bat, I reckon.
Yeah, so playing
Just
playing
stand us on
along the likes of those sort of marquee players that are playing at the elite level all over the world, that must instill some sort of confidence. It must, the skill level must come up with the younger girls. Yes or no? You're not going to say. You're going to leave me hanging
yes,
here. What are you playing on Instagram as well? That one's driven. Nice
Great,
shot.
scary.
That's a shot
Scary
up
for
the
the
middle.
picture, yeah.
I think it's a great opportunity, and it's good for the younger players to be around the experienced players. Like, I'm even loving it. Even though I playing A grade, it's still great competition. You're playing against people. You're playing with people you don't normally play with,
Yeah.
and it's good to get to know other people that you'll be playing with
Yeah,
at
definitely.
state. So
Yeah, 100%.
you get to play with them, and
Get to know them a bit better.
But we see Belle playing shortstop for Sturt, and she's always out there at shortstop. She's talking, she's yapping, and so with Maddie Cameron, controlling it from the outfield, all playing shortstop when she does. The likes of Jordan Lambert when she plays second or she plays shortstop, she's always in the ear to these younger players that are coming through. I mean, that's valuable experience that you're going to get, and you would experience that, in playing in the AFLW as well. You'd have younger people coming through, they'd be nervous, they'd be like starstruck a little bit like James was when you got back here,
Oh, good piece of the ball. She might drop short.
she's gonna get that one.
Oh, she's under it comfortably and
Runners
fires
back
it
at
back.
one.
Yeah. Didn't quite get enough of it to get it over.
Well, the Thunder have jumped away here with 3 runs ahead of the Angels at the bottom of the second, so they've got some work to do. They've got to shut them down and try and pin them back. But like we said, 3 runs is not much. But she almost left early there, did she?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so just saying about the young girls coming through in the AFLW as well. Pre-season has, for the AFLW, when does that start? It has started?
They start in a couple of weeks. So with Stanford, we've already started about 4 weeks in. And at Sturt, we have quite a young team. So I think last year probably, I would say over half of our squad was under 17s.
Wow.
So yeah, really young team. So it's always good to get their confidence up and support them to get better. I think kids these days have a lot of pressure with their sport. They can go a lot further than probably what I did growing up. So they can make a career out of it. So it's just about them having a bit more fun and not putting so much pressure on themselves early on. And you see that in softball as well. It's a pretty mental sport. You've got to remember it's just a game as well.
And there's a couple of other footy girls out there.
Yeah, we've had a sly mention about Jessie Keach.
Jessie, yes.
Yeah, great backliner player, good take.
Oh, there we go. The Thunder have brought another one home. It makes it 7-11. Speaking of the 7-11, stuck in there on the
Too cold for a Slurpee though.
Get on board 7-Eleven if you want to get down to
Sponsorship.
Yeah, always looking for new ones to get on board. No, that's all right. That's holding the paper down.
You're not checking the live stream. People could be asking questions.
They
Come
could
on.
be asking questions. And James is over there on the live stream. Just, I don't want to take it away from him. How are we going there on the live stream, James? Have we got anyone there that we need to give a shout out to? Any questions coming through to the girls? In the innings break. So I know I just got in trouble.
Yeah,
Ladies.
sorry. Oh, good mix up.
pitch.
76 k's an hour, that was.
surprised not many more people are going up the front of the box with a slower pitch like this.
Well, 2 home run specialists next to me. I'd be listening.
Don't think anyone's ever put my name and home run specialist in the same sentence. Good pitch.
She's got all of that. All of that.
Waited on that one.
It's another one for Jess Nevis.
Great batting. Oh, they're getting it ready now.
Wow,
they're getting
geez,
the
they're getting it
celebration.
early too, aren't
Yeah, it must be a...
Oh, the cartwheel! There it is, the cartwheel and then the thunderbolt. Well done.
It's a lot of fun, isn't it? Looks like everyone's really enjoying themselves.
Yeah, and so they should. They're batting well, they're fielding well.
Good coordination there.
You're really not going to give that any more than probably a 2 or a 3 for a cartwheel, are you?
No.
If I was a gymnast, that's you're not going to win a gold out of that.
Yeah, no. That low centre of gravity, you thought just might be a bit better option then.
We can all say that, being small.
I can say that because she's only probably a centimetre shorter than I am, so.
Up to bat, we got Jackie Beale.
Back in the left-handed box again. Good eyes.
So Hayley, I was just talking about your 3 home runs before in a row. I love it. I think it's fantastic. The man that was standing here before has hit more home runs than I've had hot dinners. So it's good to speak to somebody else that doesn't mention them all the time. Now we're seeing a lot of change ups. So that was 75 k's an hour. Okay. Can you?
48.
No, that was the throwback.
Oh right. It's like, wow, it's real slow.
That catcher really needs to work on throwback. As a batter, that's an aggressive batter that really likes to swing. And you go up there with a really positive mindset, and you can see on the screen, we can see it here live. Are you looking for that fastball, that little kicker, or are you going, I'm going to wait and just see what comes? Oh,
good play,
good
Chelsea.
Play, Chelsea. Yes, very well.
Made that look easy.
She has been, hasn't she?
Yeah.
So what do you do? What's your mindset when you're in the box?
To hit the ball.
No. Well, we all do that. We're all like crossing our fingers as we do it. But
to swing at good pitches, have some good cuts, and not chase anything out of the zone.
Great
Oh.
piece.
Good pace up the middle by Indy.
I tell you what, the game is starting to stretch and get away from the Angels.
Makes it 13-7.
Yeah, that's great math there, Harley. Watching the game
You don't have to add any
intensely.
measurements up when you're building stuff.
I
Be some
don't.
wonky buildings there.
I'm lucky enough just to point
Oh,
these
great
days.
kick up. Oh,
Look at her go,
I
and
think
that's
she might
not
have
a base.
maybe
Kick
been
up.
out. Yeah, close.
Oh, thought the foot may have dragged.
Sophie did well then.
Good stretch.
Yep.
She did very well. So just going back to your batting, you chase them, or you don't chase them. You just pick and wait and pivot, because you look very confident out there. I love it. Oh, I've got to lean back. Now I'm getting yelled at everybody here, ladies. All right. Okay, we're back. Okay, now, am I getting up? Where's James gone? We were going to look at the social media. He yelled at me before for not... now
I
I
think
don't
he
even
sent
know
you a
where it is.
message earlier.
He did.
Yes.
I don't even know where it is. We'll get James back to say... So how are you enjoying the night? This is your first round. This is your fourth round. Are you enjoying it? It's a little bit cold, isn't it?
It is a little
Some
bit
of us
cold,
are a little bit colder than
we're
others.
used to it. Thank you for the jacket. Well, I've got shorts on. I came from training.
No,
but no, it's been really good to get out. Like we have training on Thursdays, so race down here. But it's super fun. It makes softball really interesting. You know, being an outfielder, you kind of wait all day for a ball to come your way, and this looks like a fun game to be an outfielder in.
Well, everyone's getting a touch, aren't they? Everyone's getting involved in the game. It doesn't really matter what position you're playing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting it. So we're trying to introduce this to the local competition.
I think the loaded bases helps with that.
Yeah.
I'm starting with more runners on. You've got more options for your plays.
Yeah, more pressure. I think.
Changes it up a bit.
Yeah, definitely. And you see, like, there's a few more errors and things, so that makes it exciting because people are being more aggressive with their base running, and you're seeing obviously that play
Going
with Bell
for
at
the
the plate.
fancy plays.
Yeah. a few more tricky things that we don't normally see. So it's really good. So Steph's back pitching.
She's pitching well.
Yeah.
We were talking about that before. She only threw like half a dozen pitches or 5 in the 1 innings and 2 runs scored and 3 strikeouts or something like that. It was phenomenal. And she's back here again. And they saved her for this game.
Great pitch.
What a pitch! Talking about experience, she's travelled all around the world. Played for Cal. She's played in New Zealand. She's really giving back to South Australian softball again, and then chasing on that one. You sit back, if you weren't swinging at that one, you'd see how high it kicked up at the end. But you get sucked into it, you get drawn into it, don't you?
I think this is good experience for Chillingworth here, being an under 16 favourite.
They'd just be throwing it away and.
You can hear in our special effects mic how loud and how fast that's coming down. That's hitting hard. Here it is, the one that started it all for the Nairne Angels. Hit the inaugural home run for the Nairne Angels.
Oh, that's great.
There we go.
Or the MFSA Angels. I've got to stop saying Nan. Sorry about that. So it'll be interesting to see Steph throws 2 around her.
95 Ks there.
Pretty quick.
It's a low, just stayed low.
Very
Didn't
low,
pick
that
up.
Chelsea can pretty much hit anything, so it'd be
She
interesting
sure can.
to try and pick one. Probably keep it
Working
low.
hard, working
Reduce
hard.
the damage. Good
95,
pitch.
pretty consistent there.
Yeah.
95, but just tailed outside a little bit. She went for it.
I reckon if we get one that goes up, it might be a bit faster. 96.
Look at this double play attempt.
Oh,
Chelsea's pretty quick up the line there.
Yeah. Too quick for the throw.
And the run scores.
It's a very quick game. Now, you working on your boxing skills. Are you working on your speed skills as well? We're just talking about getting fit in pre-season, and you are looking
fitness.
very like your speed, your batting, your strength. It all looks like it's coming together for you, Hayley. Like, are you working on your speed? You sprinting?
Yes, sure am. Bit of Kathy Lambert sprint school there. Shout out to Kathy.
Hello,
Yeah, she does
Kathy.
a great job with most of software, say.
Racequake Sports commentary team.
Yes, unfortunately I can't make the sessions, but got a few things. Been given a few tips and stuff to go away and work away with.
She's got some, speaking of the Lambert School of Graduating,
got one up to
one
bat
up
here.
to bat now. Can this girl run? She needs to make
Sure
contact.
Speedy.
Oh, there we
Nice.
go.
That's it.
Look at that curve in the wind.
She did really well
Oh,
to
she's
read
not
that.
happy.
Simi did well to catch that
She
one.
did really well.
That was a great catch, because that was going out
Yeah.
hard, and left or right, that would have come. And we're going to say goodbye to Hayley now. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You may have to get up early for a boxercise tomorrow morning. I don't want to keep you too late.
I am
Is that what it is?
boxing
Boxercise?
tomorrow, yes.
Yeah. Is it
Yes.
full
Good
boxing? All right, great work. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
James, thank you very much for coming back in, because I don't have access to those that are playing along at home. So please jump on and let us know what's happening.
Well, I just want to say very special thanks to Hayley Benithan for joining us from the Scoots Cafe Vespers. Fantastic to have some young talent joining us this evening. We've had Peppa Adkins from the Angels, and have a look at this superstar in the middle, a rose between two thorns, Georgia Bevin. Thank you so much for joining us. And Mark, good little segue into social media. There's plenty of people to say g'day to. Chelsea Robinson's dad, Craig, just say best of mates. Chelsea and Steph played in state since Starza. So I mentioned they played in the junior Aussie squad together in a national championship. They've been playing together for ages and ages. Awesome camera work, we know that. Bevo can stay with comments like that. Great hit, Jess. Russian Jove gave the cartwheel 0.5.
I told you it was low. I thought it was low, yeah.
Amelia Dolphin, shout out to T Chili, who had a turn at bat last inning and go the Angels, as well as Matt Torpy. Nice. Oh, well, Matt Torpy is a jerk, and
we may have to ban Matt Torpy. I think he tries to razz you up
every week.
But you know what? Good on him for getting on and watching.
Yeah.
Hey?
Supporting.
Yeah, thank you for all your support. And I say that in jest because I love you, Matt, and say hi to Jess for us as well. Well, the Angels and the Thunder, it's the bottom of the third. The Thunder have won.
We've got a catching change, so Chelsea and a pitching change.
Yeah, Jessie Dressick's in the pitch for the Angels. We are in the bottom of the third. The Thunder have won the game. They're leading 13-8, and they can put some massive ladder and scoreboard pressure right on.
What is she? Does she not know that the person's there?
Well, rundown play. We'll see the Angels chases
really
her
good
back.
play.
There is a.
Go, Jack.
They're not out of it yet.
Get up, Jackie.
Oh man, this is tough
This
to
is
call.
exciting.
Runner's going to go home. Mackenzie
Great
Ween.
work. That was a awesome play.
Oh wow, how are we going to catch up on this, guys? All right, here's what's happened.
There's a lot
The
happening.
runner at second base was getting off to a massive lead, so catcher Chelsea Robinson tried to throw her out at second, leaving her in no man's land. Then what has happened? In that rundown attempt, the runner has tried to go home, and so the Angels kept him in the rundown play. Chased the runner back to third, which meant that that runner that got original big lead off was in a rundown play. A tag was made by Mackenzie Ween, but that runner from third was then able to score.
You did well.
All other runners advanced except for that one that was caught out, and then a run just crossed the plate.
And I'll take over. That makes it 13-8. 14-8. Okay. I thought I was in there. I had my moment of glory.
No.
All right, 14-8 puts them ahead by 6, which means when we go back to
They're
our
gonna get
little
another point.
matrix, they'll get an extra point here, leading by more than 4. Means that the Angels can't score a point. 5 to 9 runs means that 4 points will be awarded minimum to the Thunder here.
Interesting 2-strike adjustment, I must say.
Or let's have a look at it then.
Yeah.
This is Eve Adams. She's the youngest player that we've got in this competition.
Coming
may have
round and
been
then going
joined by a
fully
couple
back.
of our other under-16 players who have filled in for us tonight. So special thanks to those guys.
Coming round, but then goes fully back into the normal position.
High for a ball. Now I don't want to drop names, but when I was talking with Travelodge Aussie Spirit head coach Lang Harrow, he doesn't like this forward back sort of movement. Yet there are still a lot of players that do it.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting adjustment.
I'm more of a shorten up, hips around, bit old school.
Maybe up the handle, shorten up, half a step in closer to the plate as well to cover that as well.
Yeah,
More controlled
still
swing.
late. Don't set up too early, but.
I'm right with you there, Georgia.
Oh.
Foul ball from Neve Adams.
Yeah, I think it's. My mum's big on that, old school. Just get the ball into play and
It works.
cause the errors. Yeah. Make the field do something. Oh, she did well to get that back down.
Good play. Jessie Dressick fires it across to Sophie Hoyle playing first base, and Neve Adams advances the runner from second to third. Now that runner that went from second to third is the runner that started all that chaos just moments ago to go back to silver. So 2 outs for the Thunder. So the Angels need one more quick out. That base is open, but Jessie Dressick wants a challenge here. She wants to go up against the champ, Travelodge Aussie Spirit Vice Captain Belinda White.
Oh,
Belle White is not.
And Bell says, I'll accept the challenge. I was just saying before, every time I get on the microphone or I get to watch Thunder come on, it seems like she's up to bat. Are they playing tricks here?
This is the 6th game the Thunder have played, and I reckon she's had 25 turns at bat. Can't wait for the stats.
Oh, that's a risky pitch.
It's amazing how much fun you can have when the pressure's off and you know you've already won and you're going to bonus points.
Very close. Belinda left one
Good
of those in the last game, didn't she? Struck out by Ella Forrester. So from the Vespers, well done to Ella on a great game tonight. The pies and pasties, I can smell them from here. They're on offer after the game, and I think we might get one tonight if seeing Nick's not here.
Or is he?
You can have my share if you like.
Oh, I'm an elite athlete myself. Going into pre-season next year, so I want to get ready for it.
Swinging a
For
miss.
next year's pre-season.
Yeah.
106.
Better start now.
Being a dietitian, do you put yourself on a tight regime at all? Like, are you on like a plant-based, or are you on
No,
a?
make room for all foods, including ice cream, which is my favourite. So I'm all about, fueling your body, and for athletes, that's getting enough of your carbohydrates in for your energy source. No eliminating any of those. Very important.
I've been bulking up on carbohydrates for a good few years now. Just
About 20,
storing them, just getting just don't know when I'm going to use them.
You never know when a famine might hit. Oh, well left.
High for a ball. Belinda White gets a walk after a few good cuts, though. So to talk us through it, is there a bit of a fad at the moment with plant-based, or are you, or is there merit in it?
No, definitely. I think we can all do with eating some more plants. Getting some free advice here, James. Just make the most of it. I actually watched the film that everyone's talking
Game
about.
Changers.
Yeah, and it was really bad science. It could have been a great film, but they kind of just went a bit far with it. So we can all eat more plants, but I don't think it's the excess meat. It's more just the fact that it's taking the place of our good quality veggies.
Well, I'm going to take that on board. Let's get back to the action. And
yeah, you can be a vegan and eat chips all day.
Foul, pop up. Oh, Chelsea Robinson.
Chelsea, spectacular.
She's gone down.
Great action, and Chelsea. Oh,
she's
she's okay. She's laughing. Jessie Dressy comes over to see. We might listen into this conversation.
What hit your wrist? This wrist? Okay. Can we sit up?
Jessie Dressy just making sure it catches okay. Chelsea just wants a bit of a break.
Yeah.
We've only got the lights till 10 o'clock, girls, so no, she's okay. She's just double checking the hand and the wrist, and Jessie just and look at that team, couple of club teammates there as well.
Look at this! Look at it! Hits the glove and
so close.
And now she's apologising. I mean, she just gave 155%, crashed into the net, and then apologises. True champion.
Absolute guts in the form of Chelsea Robinson right there on show.
I know some catches that would have just left there.
Yeah.
To my left. Past your left, James, not you.
He's taken offence.
Yeah, he has. You've upset him about his plant-based diet.
He's getting bad words left, right and centre.
Back to the action,
Are you actually
guys.
vegan now?
No,
Oh,
no,
James.
I'm not. I'm not.
He's looking sharp though. He's looking very sharp, the good man, and get himself primed. He's got a good. He's got the skins coming up, tournament coming up. He's getting in shape.
That's good to
One
hear.
of the best batters we've got floating around, and he's going to get himself into shape.
Sophie Roberts still in the box.
Oh, she did well to get onto that one.
It's a Walkerville battle on at the moment here, with Jessie pitching, Chelsea catching, Sophie Roberts batting, and we saw the Hall of Famer Sue Thompson come out just to make sure Chelsea was okay. She's a coach for the Nairne Angels. Another foul ball.
107 for that. That was a very fast pitch. She did well to get a bat onto that.
Just having a look at the Angels defence. They've clocked out a little bit, haven't they? They're down by 6. There's 2 out. They need 1 more out. They want to stop the damage. Oh, that was a pitch out. Did you see Chelsea was already set up high? Just trying to catch Sophie chasing a bad pitch, but she was up for the challenge. Inside.
Well done.
Did jam her up, didn't she? And Jessie Dressick is a great pitcher. She led the Walkerville Cats to a premiership last year. She's back throwing for them again this year. Also representing the Stars. A ground ball to shortstop, gets past Zoe Young at shortstop. Mackenzie Ween is the cutoff. Sophie Roberts brings in Belinda White. So another run on the board for the Thunder, an 8-run lead. It is still only a 4-point margin. Having a look at that replay again of Chelsea Robertson, she flips off the helmet. She has not taken her eye off the ball. Knows the fence is coming, and wow, she did get that glove to it, and wow, what a great effort. Then she takes a nap.
Well deserved too.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Sarah Tonkin is the hitter for the Thunder. There's 2 out. There's a runner on first, and the Angels are just trying to get out of here in a hurry. Great pitch.
Oh, wow.
Just off.
Wow.
Okay.
While we get the opportunity, we'll thank Kelsey Nucky and her mum Sue for pressing the buttons tonight on the countdown clock. Thanks to David Muggleton and his team at Spacequake Sports. Absolutely sensational camera work. We've got an on-field cameraman, I reckon, for the first time in softball history.
He's done a really good job.
Great innovation from the Spacequake Sports crew.
Not sure he
beautiful.
understands how dangerous it is out there.
Great shot from Sarah Tonkin, a single up the middle, advancing Sophie Roberts over to second base, brings it up to bat Steph Drzinski. Love seeing the pitchers get the opportunity to bat, and the way she's been going this season, she doesn't have a care in the world. She just swings hard, and it's been very effective. She got a hit last night in the win against Port Adelaide, and she's just pitching absolute treat this year. Undefeated West Torrens, and
Getting after it.
has a big cut at that. And
Yeah.
And isn't she relaxed in the
Yeah.
box? Her and Chelsea are having a bit of a giggle, and she went after it too.
She's a good friend of yours from the
Yeah,
Glenelg days
yeah.
as well. One of my
Yeah.
Pilates partners, actually.
Oh, that's really good. Get
She-
nice and strong.
She gets to
yeah, to that one.
to KX
Yeah.
in Glenelg
Oh.
a little bit
They
more
should
often
sponsor us then.
than I do. They definitely should. KX Glenelg to
No, she's a good friend
Lisa
of mine.
and Imogen, the two of my favourite Pilates instructors at KX in Glenelg. Have
Oh,
I
shout
mentioned them
out.
enough?
Yeah.
You might get a free
Yeah,
gig
exactly.
tomorrow.
Let them know.
As you-
Give them the replay. Oh, good eyes and
Knocking
stuff
down
there.
your lettuce shake or whatever it is you're on.
Yeah, I got to play with Steph from the very beginning with that under 16 state team back in, 2009, I think it was.
Just on the outside edge. We are waiting for that last out, aren't we? We've thanked all the crew. Thank you for joining us,
Well,
Georgia
thanks for
Bevin. I
having
might
me.
even thank you one more time before we leave. And to you, Mark, you've done another great job tonight. A
Good
walk.
eyes by Steph.
Steph Drzinski gets a walk, loading the bases for Jess Neves, who hit a towering blast her last time up to bat.
And Steph's been kicked off the base. We don't risk the pitches.
Chloe Charlton comes in as the courtesy runner.
So just having a look at the results tonight, this will just leave the ladder.
Oh, good hit.
Ground ball
No.
to Sophie Hoyle, and that will do it for the
A
game.
bit of fun.
Thunder running out winners 16 runs to 8 in a absolutely show put on by the Thunder tonight. They won both their games, Vespers and Angels. Angels beat the Vespers earlier in the night, and the ladder will stand Thunder, Angels and Vespers. Very special thanks to everyone watching at home. Shannon, you didn't need to make that comment, but I'll say hello to you watching from Belgium. Thank you for all the comments, the shares and the likes. We do have all the live action brought to you by Spacequake Sports. You can follow us on the Facebook page, YouTube channel and Instagram. We're live streaming the highlights and all the big plays. Catch all the action at home from the comfort on your couch on NITV, Channel 34 on SBS, Channel 44 SA Community TV. The NITV coverage of the Adelaide A-grade competition has recommenced Sunday afternoons at 12:30 on Channel 34. Viewers on Fox 144 and on the Freeview app can see the coverage 90 minutes earlier on Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and that's all very special thanks to Softball SA and Spacequake Sports. We have to thank all our franchise owners, the MFSA, the Emmsee Sportswear, and of course Scoots Cafe West Beach. We had some great guests tonight, Pippa and Hayley and Dan Waters, but the absolute ace up our sleeve and fantastic commentator.
Oh, thank you.
Georgia Bevin, you can do it all, play footy, play softball, and
very nice of you.
you're very good on the headset as well. So very special thanks to you. Give us your thoughts on tonight, Georgia.
I thought it was a really good quality game. I thought the runners are very aggressive and so are the batters. So it was good to see some changes, as we mentioned, in sort of the tactics with the shorter plays and then going back and just hitting it over the fence as well. that works.
And Mark, third week of fully loaded softball. The action hasn't stopped, has it?
Look, I can't keep up, and it's evident in the way that I call the game. But I've got to get a system worked out. I really miss Lee Holt. G'day to Lee if you are watching the replay tomorrow once you get out of bed. It's just too quick. Like, it's quick, isn't it? Like, they score a run, we can't keep up. Sorry, I get yelled at for not even looking at the camera. I'm trying to talk to these guys, but it's very quick. And I hope you can keep up at home, because it's exciting here. Everybody comes in, they say hello, they're waving, they're having a good time down here, and it's something that we really, really enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to wrap things up tonight. We've stayed on, we've chatted for a little bit in previous weeks, but the lights are about to go out.
No.
They're scheduled to go out soon. So we'll wrap things up here from Softball SA, week 3 of fully loaded softball. Thank you so much for joining us. The Thunder smashed it tonight. They're top of the ladder after 3 weeks. That's halfway through. We've got another 3 weeks and then finals the week before Christmas. So we hope that you can all join us again next week, 7 p.m. next week. This Saturday, the action is at 2 p.m. Grand final rematch, West Torrens Eagles versus Walkerville Cats. Good luck to you. You playing this Saturday?
Yes, got a B grade, and then I'm benching for the A grade. So
She's back.
making my way back up.
She's back.
Benching, you just hit bombs.
Glenelg
Yeah.
are doing fantastic
Yeah,
this
they're
year.
doing a really good job.
Off the back of Zoe.
I'll be lucky to crack back into
Tori, and a great lineup that Glenelg had this year, led by our old friend Nat.
I know, isn't
Brinkworth.
it great to have her back?
Nat, she was called Nat Mead in the paper, I think. So Nat Brinkworth, and of course Kathy Lambert's assistant coach there as well.
Superstar coaching panel.
Yeah. What do you like? Do you like their chances of a top 4 finish this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think the one thing that's different this year is that the girls are batting. So you can have great pitches, but if you don't score runs, you're not going to win. So I think the girls are giving it a red hot crack and being aggressive with the bats, which probably has been their downfall previously.
Awesome. Well, great insight. Great to have you join us on the
Thanks
panel.
for having me.
We're going to have you back, I reckon.
Sure,
We'll
why not?
work things out. We'll get you back in a couple of weeks. And I look forward to hearing how you go on the weekend, see if you hit any more dingers.
Probably not, but that's okay.
Again, thank you for joining us. I'm going to wrap things up. Mark, you can go grab a pie. You can have one for me as well. Thanks again to David and the crew at Spacequake Sports. And you've been watching Fully Loaded Action on Softball SA. Good night.